Hey, 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 y'all. Hey, hey, hey. It's Friday, y'all. It is finally Friday. If you feel like me, drop a heart down below. I'm like, thank God it is Friday. How y'all doing? Let me know how y'all doing. It's been a day over here. Not in a bad way or anything major at all. I'll tell y'all about my day as we get started. Waiting for a few more people coming in. I see y'all popping in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As always, I was getting a little nervous because I guess the notifications work when they want to. And some people were in the room, some people weren't. And I was like, okay, y'all, come on, come on, come on. Y'all, I'm so glad it's Friday. It has been a week. It has been a week for this channel. If you have not already, y'all, make sure you check out the live from yesterday. Like, I don't have an applause button, but yeah, if I had an applause button, I'd be doing applause. Yesterday's live was absolutely one of the best conversations that I've had in a while with someone about grief, their journey, and everything. And if you didn't tune in because you think it's going to be too morbid, or you thought you were going to cry or be triggered, I promise you that did not happen. It was a great conversation. She and I plan on collabing in the future. We have some future things coming up for you guys because we just kind of clicked. Okay, so we had a really, really good conversation. So if you missed that live yesterday, make sure you watch that. If you're catching the replay, I'm telling you, yesterday's live was really, really good. And if you didn't watch it because you were like, I didn't experience child loss, so I don't know about that. But you know what? Even though the foundation of what she was talking about was related to her grief and losing a child, we're all going to grieve at some point, or we all have grieved or in mourning. So it was helpful information. So y'all, make sure y'all check that out. From tomorrow. And then the other lives that we had, just catch up. Take this weekend to catch the replay, catch up, get involved in all of that. So I did not do what I normally did yesterday, what I normally do, which is go through and be like, hey, y'all, all that. But I didn't do that yesterday because I wanted to give Ciara all the time that she needed, that she wanted, or whatever. And so today I want to give my shout outs, my hellos, all that good stuff. So my mod extraordinaire, hey girl, thank you for always having my back. Thank you for always waiting in the wings to kapow people out of here if they come in here acting crazy. Y'all can tell I ain't never shot no gun do this twice. Like what is that? Valerie Joseph says, hey girl, hey. Pam, I am. Thank you always, Pam, for being my #1 supporter among all of y'all. Y'all know I said don't nobody get mad and leave. All y'all are my #1 supporters. I tell you, y'all ride for me. I hate to say rock with me and all this other these slang terms. I really appreciate y'all's friendship, love, support, all of that. It's more to me than just rocking with me, because you can rock off, but y'all ain't going nowhere. Pam I am says, yes, I can hear you. These hearts are because thank God it's Friday. Y'all, I'm so glad it's Friday. Hey, Miss B. Hey, Mr. B. Butter. Hey, Melissa. Hey, Butter Pecan. Super. Hey, Super. I missed you. How you doing? Good to see you on the live. Hello. So Super says, hello, I didn't watch it yesterday. I don't do well with death. Today was my grandpa's birthday who passed 4 years ago. I still get upset. One day I'll be able to learn more about grief. Superstar, if I can be transparent right now, I don't deal with death well at all. Like at all. I'm able to support people if I find out, but if I can be very frank, like I'm the type of person that y'all will get mad at because I don't go to the funeral. So, or, if the subject is death or whatever, it makes me super, super anxious and I don't want to talk about it. But I have to tell you, the conversation yesterday was very comforting. It was like two of us girlfriends sitting around talking. It was not morbid. It wasn't dark. And the way she presented it and the way we were talking to each other, I had zero anxiety yesterday. And I'm telling you, you sound like you're like me, where it's just I don't deal with it very, very well. So I hope you can see that, we're kind of on the same page when it comes to that. I'm not saying I'm callous or anything. It's just I don't deal with it very well. But it was a great conversation. I encourage you to peek in. Just peek in. I promise you, you won't be creeped out. You won't be triggered or anything. It just wasn't that type of conversation. I even, before she started talking and everything, I was like, okay, I got my tissues, and she was like, oh, you won't need tissues today. That's not what we're doing. So yes, superstar, I understand exactly what you're talking about, but that didn't happen yesterday, and it was not that type of conversation. So I encourage you, just peek around it, just peek in it, and if it gets too much, I completely understand. Take it, watch it when you can or whatever, but it was just not that type of conversation. And I'm telling you, I am just like you. I've been accused of being insensitive or not caring or whatever, but it's not that. It's just, death is hard for some people, and so it triggers certain type of emotions, anxieties, or, there's so much that goes through that. And I'm just happen to be one of those people. So, and because of that, I want to tell you, I understand what you're saying, but yesterday it wasn't like that at all. Monica scooting in. Good evening. Hey, y'all. Hey, Monica, thank you for dropping in. If you're dropping in with Monica, I'm just saying my hellos before we get into whatever it is we happen to dive into today, talking about. So yeah, it was a good conversation yesterday, and she will be back. Superstar says, yes, I'm terrible with it, girl. Absolutely terrible. I may take a look. Yeah, and no pressure. Like, I completely get it. No pressure at all. But that's the only thing I can tell you. It just wasn't that type of conversation. So yeah, y'all, it's Friday and I'm just chilling. I started to bring my nail stuff because I want to finish my nails, and I started to just sit and chit chat with y'all and do my nails at the same time, kind of like how I used to do back before my channel. But I was like, you know what? Let's just go on and chit chat. And if the nails come up, the nails come up, because I'm nowhere near done. But they're on and they're polished, but I want to bling them out. But anyway, so it's Friday, y'all. How was y'all's week? How was your week? So we have wars, rumors of wars, the vid, I gotta tell y'all my vid story. So the reason why I'm not saying certain words is because YouTube freaks out if you mention certain things related to the 19. And I don't have time for you two to be freaking out because we're talking about what needs to be said, okay? We talking about that. What else was happening this week, y'all? I mean, just so much. So Superstar says, yes, this has been a crazy week. Well, you got to tell me about your week, child. Just give me a snippet, because I know it wasn't really a crazy week. I'm just finding that the days are just zooming by. Before I knew it, it was Wednesday. Before I knew it, it was Valerie is dropping black hearts. I love black heart. I almost gave the the middle finger, but no, yeah, black. But black love, all kind of love. So it wasn't really hectic. I'm a very organized person, and I pretty much can anticipate what's going to happen in my week based on, okay, Sunday night, this is what we got going on. This one's got practice. This one's got this. I'm a very organized family mother type person. I don't wing it with stuff like that because it just drives me nuts. I don't like the chicken with the head cut off moments at home. If that's your home and you love it, I know I have friends that they just wing it, chickens with the head cut off. I can't do it. I just can't. So so typically my weeks are not chaotic in that sense or unorganized. I know exactly, without life coming in, I know pretty much what I'm going to do that week. So that's not the case. It's just everything that we're dealing with in life, So let me tell you about my morning. Just trying to see how things will pan out in the fall. Yes. Okay, let's start there. That's where I'm at. Superstar. Okay, let's start here. So again, if I use certain words and don't use certain words, it's because of YouTube. So follow along with me. I may say vid, I may say 19, I may say the shot instead of the other word, but y'all following along. So I'm just so much going on. I have to turn up. Girl, listen. I'm almost at a social media detox and a news detox for sure. I had to turn the news off. So before we get into anything else, y'all leave a comment what y'all want to talk about tonight. Y'all know how we do. This might be a long one tonight. So some of y'all might be go get something to eat, come back. I may go downstairs, see what they doing. It's just one of them things. We need each other today. Okay. Come on, sisters. So, my baby left me for the weekend, so you need to find something to do. So used to running her around. I have 1 more week left before it's back to work. And that's when you should have flew out here. But then I don't want you to get on the plane, because then my nerves would have been bad, because then I would have been like, oh my gosh, she flew down, you know, she needed quarantine. Why she here? Then we can't enjoy you. So just stay where you at. So y'all, so the high school kids, they get to school and I get a phone call from the boy. Now, mind you, let's back up. So yesterday, the boy, I call him the boy, but the young man, he came home and he was like, no, he called from practice. I was on live, and they forget that I be doing live. So anyway, he called and he couldn't get me, so he get his dad. So he told his dad, he said, hey, a lot of the football players are quarantined because of the thing. And my best friend is at the place getting the test. So I was like, okay, well, we need to make sure, you know, you're now exposed. No big deal in that regard. He's a healthy young man, no problem. Well, he gets home and everything, and I forgot to tell him not to go to school. I thought he would think, okay, they're going to take me to the test in the morning, so I'm not going to go to school. That's not the problem. So they go to school. He calls me, and he was but at that time, no one, there has been no confirmation of, no one's calling us, contact tracing. Like, no one's called us. No one's called us from the football team. No one's called from his best friend. So, he calls today and he's like, yes, for sure, best friend has the thing. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to send both of you home. I'm going to call, let them release you guys, and you drive home and we'll go do the test. Dad takes him to go get the test. Dad's all emotional because he actually had to administer the test, because I guess that's what they do. You know, you do it or whatever. That's not, you know, so we're still waiting on the results and stuff like that. But that's not the problem. The problem that I have, because he's if he is positive by some strange notion, he's asymptomatic. Like, he's not coughing, no headache, whatever. Thank God, knock on everything involved. So, but that's not the problem. The problem that I have is finding out that half the football team is quarantined. No one has called or anything. Yeah, leave your comments, whatever you want to talk about. Right now, we're talking about the vid. But after that, we'll go on talking about everything, child, and even her. So no one called about the football team. I had to call and tell them, like, hey, his best friend's at the place and he's about to be quarantined. Like, they didn't even contact trace any of that. And I'm like, I'm calling y'all, telling y'all, but y'all aren't calling anybody else. So how do y'all think that y'all gonna, mitigate the risk and the spread if y'all aren't calling people? So she was like, ma'am, we are swamped. The nurse told me straight up. Even so, when I was calling his school, I had to keep calling because they were not picking up. And I was like, okay, what is this, the apocalypse? No one was picking up. And then I called the school. So I finally got through, and the attendants, nurse, everybody, no one could pick up the phone or whatever. And so I was telling the nurse, I was like, listen, you guys aren't really doing your job contact tracing, because his best friend, that was yesterday's exposure. But, he's telling me that half the football team's been out. So why, a lot of the kids. And she was like, ma'am, we are just swamped. We are just swamped. So that's one situation. So the next situation is, I know someone that works with littles. Okay. And she started noticing that the littles weren't, okay, so a class of 24, 6 kids were coming to class all this week for the past 2 weeks, 6, 5, 4, whatever. Okay, yeah, I can. And leave a comment, y'all, whatever y'all want to talk about, but I'm just telling y'all about my day and giving y'all a slight warning. So she kept noticing. So then 2 days ago, she began with a stuffy nose, that whole thing. And she was like, oh, maybe I'm just tired. So then the next day, she started noticing that certain teachers were being missing, but they weren't telling. They were just like, oh, she's just out. Oh, she's just out. So then when her classroom ended up getting shut down yesterday, and they sent her and her nucleus teachers to go to test. Then they said, well, once you get your test, because you're asymptomatic, you can come back and you can go to the infant room. She was like, absolutely not. I'm going home. I say all this to say, in all of our efforts to protect ourselves, whether you are vaccinated, whether you are not, that is not what this discussion is about. Whether you believe it's true or whatever, I'm talking to the people that know this thing is real. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking vax, no vax, whatever. Whatever you're doing to mitigate the risk, this is my point. If you have children in school, especially the kids that cannot verbalize what's going on in their classrooms, make sure you are communicating with your students and saying, okay, is the lunch table starting to diminish? How was math class? Was a lot of people missing? Is the teacher missing? That type of thing. Because what I'm finding is, and then with the littles, when you're dropping little Johnny off, look around the classroom, see if it's empty, see if teacher so-and-so that was there is still there, or is she not, and has she been gone for a week? Because my bottom line is, these people aren't telling you anything. This crap is, and that's it's really stressing me out on a low level. Like I'm not gonna stress out about it because I am a proactive parent and I'm a proactive member of the community. So be proactive. Do not think that these people are going to contact you because you've been exposed or whatever. They're not. I'm telling you right now, because I'm going through it right now. Someone else is going through it. As a matter of fact, I know someone else in a different type of arena, and they called her and they were like, oh, so-and-so was exposed, but he can come back. And she was like, but he needs to go test. So what I did was I looked up the CDC guidelines, and the CDC says, listen, if they've changed it so many times, and I understand that can be fluid. This mirror is distracting me. That can be fluid. So the last thing, because I looked it up because I started getting confused, because here's the other thing. The nurse goes, well, your daughter doesn't have to quarantine. I'm like, ma'am, they drive to school every day. What do you mean? She said, so she don't count her as an exposure because he was exposed. And I was like, but then if they're together, that's like a branch. Like, she was like, no, the only way we would recommend that she quarantines if she was with him and his best friend. I'm like, y'all are crazy. This is crazy at this point. So you just have to be proactive. You have to be aware. And especially if you have kids that are nonverbal in the sense of they don't know, the little kindergarten's not going to be able to say, hey, my buddy next to me was out sick or whatever. So be observant as you're dropping your kids off, as you're going into the classrooms, because not every organization, not every school, not every district is going to be forthcoming with the information, with the what's it called, contact tracing and stuff like that. That is big. Girl, listen, nerves. I was just like, oh my God. So he's fine. Thank goodness he is asymptomatic. We're still waiting on the test results. Girl goes Sunday because they're like everywhere is swamped. Here's the other thing. If you don't already, and if this is a concern of yours, we're going to talk about other stuff, but this is important. This is important to me. It's working my nerves because someone that's organized, to me, I'm like, there's a better way to do this. There's a complete better way to do it. Make sure you find your county's dashboard. I used to be glued to it back 3 waves ago. And now I see I'm going to have to really pay attention. So I go to the school district and I go to our county's what's it called, dashboard, and we are beyond red, which I knew that already. And when you look up Mississippi, Florida, like everywhere is just a hot mess, but everybody's still kind of just moving as they want, and it's just working my nerves. So that's that part. Then couple that with, okay, and here's first world problems. Y'all already know it's first world problems. Husband's birthday coming up, anniversary coming up. Do you go somewhere? Do you not go somewhere? Do you, and I'm like, no, we just stay here. That's just what we do. Plans are shattered. We're not going to Hawaii. So just deal with it. And I'm really about it because now I'm thinking about the holidays and everything else. And it's almost as if we're all looking at these numbers. We're looking at these situations, but everyone else outside of the bubble, or it's just weird. That's what it is. I just feel so out of control of the situation. We're just it's out of control. So let me see what y'all talking about. Superstar says because of funding. Yeah, because here's the thing. I know for a fact that the states that are ran by, conservatives or everything, they're going to fight as much as they can to cause less of a panic, but also to shut the schools down. There's been a district already, maybe about an hour away in Mesa. A Mesa schools district decided they're sending their kids back to virtual. I don't want the kids to go back to virtual, but if it's going to mitigate all this confusion and all this other stuff, then I'm like, go to virtual. But I'm thinking about my kids. They've already missed their freshman year. They've already missed their sophomore year. And I'm not whiny mommy. Don't get me wrong. They will get over it. And it's just a part of life. But at the same time, it just kind of sucks, that this is what they're like. I can't imagine the uncertainty that they're feeling, because here I am feeling what I'm feeling, but I've already been to high school. I've already been, to college and everything else. And it's like a looming thing just hanging over, like, I'm here, I'm gonna wreck that type thing. And yes, it all boils down to funding one way or another, because here's the thing, to take an entire state back to virtual, any state, okay, but to take an entire state back to virtual, that is going to cost so much money, and they're going to lose so much money. But I think big picture. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Is it going to bite them, the districts, in the butt as far as losing teachers, losing students? Because here's the thing. This was high school. I can't even imagine. I was talking to my cousin. Her kids are in elementary school. Whether they wanted to be vaxxed or not, there's not even a recommended vaccination for her kids, or even the person that I was talking about who worked at the daycare center. So what do you guys think? Do you think that they're going to shoot themselves in the butt? I think it's going to be hold out, emergency. Then everybody's going to be running around like chickens with their head cut off. And I think that's where I become anxious, because as a planner, I'm like, just call it. Just make the decision to go back virtual if that's what you're going to do. But don't wait till the entire football team, the entire cross country, the entire this, the entire that, and 15 staff members, and then you have to take an important call. Okay, we'll see you. My little sister missed prom graduation due to COVID. Exactly. And that's my point. Those of us with eyes, and you know what I mean, seeing eyes, those of us with seeing eyes kind of knew this was coming. I said it all along. Y'all having a field day, y'all having fun, but I'm telling you, come September, come October is what I said. Come October, it's going to be a mess. And of course, y'all know I hyperbolize some things and I overthink. So in my head, I'm thinking apocalyptic numbers and all this other stuff. But it also, as dramatic as that sounds, when you think about a Mississippi, an Alabama hospital not having beds anymore, all their COVID units or Arkansas, I forgot the article that I read, thousands of kids in quarantine. Florida, thousands of kids in quarantine. I know for a fact because our superintendent sent a letter out at the beginning of this week. It's up to 1,000 kids, and it's probably more at this point, quarantine. So it's like, while we're arguing, because that's what we're doing. While we're arguing, I'm like, who's making the decisions that's best for everyone? Teachers, students, and the like. And I'm just not sure if in-person learning is the best thing right now. I don't know. Y'all leave a comment. Let's talk about it. All right, she's back. So y'all, let's talk about it. Leave a comment. These schools will do nothing but will do anything but close down. They refuse to do it because of the money. They want as many bodies as they could in those seats. Absolutely. And here's the thing. Here's absolutely super. I agree 100%. A lot of the teachers had a hard time with virtual learning. A lot of teachers really just had a hard time with that. again, for those of you that are peeking your head in, we're starting at the vid and the pandemic, and that's what we're talking about. But we're going to get on to other things, but we got to get this out. So anyway, write your message again, Pam. My nerves would have been, I was like, oh my gosh. And the thing is, he did tell me last night that the boy was at the clinic getting tested, but he didn't tell us he didn't have the results at the time. And I honestly didn't even think about it. But the way the school was explaining it, it was really nonchalant in a sense of who needs to, because to me, if he was exposed, him and his sister ride to school together every day, drive to school together every day, then she was exposed. But to them, they don't think that. So here, let's see. So here's the link. I want to highlight this link, y'all. It's up. You got to scroll up a little bit. If you want to talk live, so instead of typing in what you want to say, join me. Just like how Ciara did, I sent her a link like that and she joined in and you were able to say whatever you want to say live. Now, if you don't want your face, no, that ain't what I wanted to show you. Anyway, there's a way that you can come on. I prefer to see your beautiful face, but you could also do an icon. So click that link. Let's join in. Quit being shy. I drop this link every week and you guys are being shy. Don't be shy this week. So anyway, come on. I'm waiting to see you. So let's see. We talked about that. I'll take a look. I promise you this week was crazy. Just trying to see how things will pan out in the fall with these COVID numbers. So yeah, superstar, that's where I'm at also. You know, it's just a lot. It's just a lot. How do you plan? How do you live? How do you anticipate? And I know some people that are just planning like it's nothing. Like they're planning Christmas and they're planning Thanksgiving. And hear me, I'm like, all y'all stay home. Everybody stay home. That's just where I'm at. It's just so much going on. Yes, Monica. Yes. We will get on this. We will definitely get on this. Remind me. Yeah. You thought about coming, but you didn't. In my bed now, watching you live. How was your week went? So yeah, Valerie, that's part of my week. That was today. And then, you know, with such a highly contagious virus, you know, I think about, you know, then because you think, okay, oh crap, he was exposed. Who was he exposed to? Did he go over my mom's house? Did they drive to here? Was it, you know, so then you're like, okay, when was the last time you were in touch with this person? There's so much that goes on with this that, yes, Pam, it just really works your nerves because now you're thinking, who were they last with? That type of thing. So anyway, it's ridiculous out here. They're not even telling the numbers out here in two counties. I'm around. Money, money, money. Exactly, Monica. It's all about the money, one way or another. There's funding in the jabs, and there's funding in ensuring that people are left in the dark about this. So I'm telling you, be observant. Talk to your kids if they're in school. Hey, how was science? Go through every darn class. Who was there, who was not, or whatever. I was thankful for one of my kids. I can't remember which one. Their health teacher last week called us and they just said it outright. Like, I have so many kids in quarantine and I'm just letting you know, this is my procedure, blah, 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 blah. How crazy is that? That the teacher has to contact the parents because it's just gotten that bad. But they're still in school. And I know that we could make the executive decision to keep our kids home and stuff like that. But I really want them to be in school. So I think a lot of this could be minimized if they did the contact tracing appropriately and or require masks because the kids are not required to wear masks. There are some children that do wear masks at the school, but for the most of them, no. Can you DM me a PO box for you? I want to send you some nail tech goodies. Nice. Yes. I gotta find it. My nerves were, let's see, because of funding. Prom, I'm back. Okay, so Shelly says, I cannot imagine they would have allowed kids to return to school. Listen, from her mouth to my ears. Listen, she said, oh, your daughter's fine. She can stay. He just got to be out for 6 days. Now, that is what she said. You know, he's going to be out regardless. But it's just weird because, number one, like I told the nurse, I was like, ma'am, y'all have not contacted me about the first situation. So it took for him to be near his friend for y'all. Come on, y'all. They are not eligible for vaccinations under the age of 12. So they have so secret immunity. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing, even when it comes down to the daycare level, early childhood level. To me, if one class has to get shut down, the whole darn daycare should get shut down. That's just my opinion. Yes, I really don't agree with sending all the kids back to school with this Delta out here. I just feel like they need to go to school online for now until things get better. Exactly. But then the question then becomes, when are things going to get better? Because no one wants to wear a mask, or half of us are wearing masks, half of us aren't. Less than half are vaccinated, and everyone is literally moving about like it's nothing, you know? And so and there are some cases that are breaking through. I'm trying to not alert YouTube so they won't freak out. Oh my goodness, they're talking about COVID. But yeah, it's just really, really weird. Hey, Rosalind, good to see you. So if you're just joining in with Rosalind, y'all, it's Friday. Y'all leave a comment what y'all want to talk about. Somebody already said they wanted to talk about Britney Spears. We're just here chilling. Right now, we're talking about schools, funding, all that, the shot, all of that. So, so yeah, I just wanted to come on, not necessarily to share all that other crap, but because he'll be fine. He thank goodness he don't have any symptoms or nothing like that. But it's just a fact to me, just the contact tracing is just, it sucks. There's no structure. That's the problem. Yes, that's my problem. You know, it's no structure. His math teacher called me and she was like, I have so many kids quarantined. She probably wasn't even supposed to tell me that. But she was like, I'm sorry he has to quarantine, whatever. And I'm like, he's fine. He's not feeling anything. He's healthy. Don't, you know, she was like, I know. She said, but you will not believe the amount of kids that I have quarantined. This woman offered to do private Zoom, virtual instruction, everything. And I want to send the lady something because that was above and beyond. That was above and beyond what she's required to do, especially since the kids are back in school, for her to offer virtual learning, virtual instruction or whatever. And I mean, she was stressed out. I could hear it in her voice. And it probably is to the point where she's like, this is ridiculous. Like, you know, half her classes are out. And that's the way she was sounding. So yes, it's the lack of structure. When you think about high schoolers, they said this during the first wave, the high schoolers were the one that was spreading it because those are the high schoolers are less likely to wear their mask. So that's the problem. But not only are they less likely to wear their mask, they're less likely to social distance. So in the first wave, that's what we saw. The kids were still going out. They were still meeting. I know we saw our kids. They wanted to go to certain places and we literally pull up and I'm like, they're not wearing a mask. No, let's go back. And of course they mad. I don't care, you know, but this was 2 years ago. They were still in 9th grade or whatever, but they understand the significance of it now. They understand what they did back then too, because we didn't play and we do not play. And that's why I'm you know, that it really stresses me out about the fact that there's no structure. I anticipated before them ever being exposed or whatever, but if they ever got in contact with somebody, that the school would be on it. And I'm learning that we have to be on it as citizens, period. I will continue to wear a mask even if they announce it's no longer required. A lot of people are saying that. Absolutely. It's the fact that at the end of the day, they don't care about us. Bottom line, point blank, period. Where's the T? Period. It's real, but it's ridiculous. They don't care. They want the money and the population control. Absolutely. It's and that's just the bottom line. You know, you would think that the school would want to, they're overwhelmed. You know, anytime I call a school 10 times, it got to the point where I had to make sure I was calling the correct school and calling the correct number. And when my daughter went down, once they called her down, she said the lady was like, I asked her, was there other kids? And she was like, yeah, there were some kids leaving. But what she said was the lady was like, I had 50 people on hold. 50 people on hold. So, y'all, that's that. That's that. So, whatever you guys want to continue to talk about, leave a comment down below. I'm just here chilling. It is Friday. I got a Sprite sitting here. No affiliation, no endorsement. Like I said, I started to bring my nail stuff so I can finish my nails. But I'll do that another time. I just want to sit and chit chat with you guys, see what y'all want to talk about. There was a lot of things that came up as we were talking the other day, and I was like, we'll talk about it on Friday. So, yeah, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about what we've already talked about. Butter says, never. What you guys want to talk about, or just chill? What are y'all doing? What y'all sipping on, eating on? I'm not sipping on anything extravagant. Okay, breaking news. Breaking news. This is something that I caught right as my live was beginning. Y'all know my internet niece and nephew, Ciara and Ken. Okay. Y'all know, if nothing else, I'm going to talk about them. And if you don't know who they are, I've spoken about them in previous videos. They are famous YouTubers, right? And so here we are, Ciara and Ken. They are coming off the heels of a cheating scandal, and one of many involving Ken and all this other stuff. So they have been radio silent for like 2 months. Well, literally right before I was going live, Ciara and Ken showed up with this video. And they were extremely professional, extremely classy, extremely protective of who they are, what they are, where they're going. But they were able to come on live and say, hey, we're okay. We're starting a different journey, but that doesn't mean that there's beef. They said, nope, there's no beef between us. It was as if, I'd imagine, a couple that you knew that was breaking up, on the verge of breakup, had issues or whatever, but they decided to come back in public and say, hey, we're okay. But we're just going to be doing some things differently. I know you guys want us to be on this channel. None of this, they were like, none of the pictures are going anywhere. We don't hate each other. We're not unfollowing each other. It was, to me, let me finish. And, we won't be posting on this channel, but this is what our new endeavor is going to look like. And so they let us know. Ken has his channel, which is called Who is Ken? And Ciara will have her channel, Ciara Taylor. And they will have their own interests on their own channels. What they did not say was, we're not together. What they did say was, you may or may not see each other on our channels, but the chemistry was definitely still there. I would say what I got out of it was, we're still together. We know y'all gonna talk mad trash about us, and we're gonna we like the break that we had, where we went our separate ways in a sense of social media, and we're gonna keep it that way because it kept y'all out of our business. Boom. That's what I think. Let me know if you're happy to see this. And I'm going to go to comments because I see more comments. But now we're on to we'll get to that too. I see the comment about R. Kelly. So let me know. So I wanted to let me know if you think that that's a good move. I personally think it's a good move. If you're going to, I like the break. I told you guys when they were on break, I like the fact that they were separate and they were doing their own things on social media. And it kept people wondering, are they still together? Are they not? And it eliminates that whole, he's going to cheat again and she's got to react again and all this other stuff. If you don't know they're together, people will leave them alone. So it's almost like they just ignored it. It went away. And now we're going to keep everything separate. And you may or may not see us together. And our business is our business. Kudos, Ciara. Kudos, Ciara and Ken. For sure. Here we go. So indeed, even hearing that is ridiculous. They already have a sense of new world order. The devil is a lie. Shelley says, Monica Clay, I totally agree that they're using this as population control. They were discussing 2030 was going to be the tipping point for resources sustaining the world and population. And there's a lot of documentaries and conversation about that on the internet. I am one that will go, not the internet, but YouTube and stuff like that. I am one that will go and watch all those kind of videos and stuff like that. Rosalind says, my daughter tested positive for that thing on the 13th. She's quarantined in her house, and my mom suggested it to me that my son go get tested, which he did. He tested positive. One tested negative. Rosalind, okay, so was the positive person symptomatic? Yeah, so yeah, we're wearing a mask. I'm not going to say we were wearing our mask in our house in our own thing, but he knows, like, okay, wear your mask until we get your test back, which is kind of counterproductive because we've already been around him without the mask. So, you know, depending on what his thing comes out, then we'll all probably go trample off and go get the test just to be tested and just to make sure. So it's just a process, and it's like, it's branches. You know, it's not as simple as mind your business, my body, my choice, and whatever people are saying. Like, everybody's decision and exposure rather affects whoever else they're going to be around. So that's why the contact tracing and everything is so important. So Dark Side says, hey, so y'all, yeah, I just reported on Ken and Ciara. So y'all make sure y'all leave a comment down below. Let me know how you like them to move. You liking the fact that they're moving in silence and we don't know whether they're together or not. Me personally, I love it. That's kind of like how I do social media. At the rate that I post my husband, those that know, they know we're still together and we are together. But I don't put my business with like, oh, we're dating and date night. Like, that's just not me. I did at one point, but that's just not something that especially now, you know, being on the internet and everything is just not something that I want to do, because yeah. Hey, Dark Side, good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. So somebody up here said that they wanted to talk about Miss Britney Spears. Where's she at? There we go. I want to talk about Britney Spears. So y'all, Super, what you want to talk about? You lead the conversation. I told y'all I'm going to start. I don't even know. Look, I can't make y'all come on, but I'm going to start making y'all come on here and saying y'all comments. I'm going to turn the comment section off. And if you want to comment, you're going to have to come on and say, I'm kidding. I won't do it. But here's the link, y'all. If you want to join in the conversation, like I said, you can have your face or you can have like a avatar. And just come on and share your thoughts of about whatever that we want to talk about. So far, nobody is brave enough to pop in. And yeah, I'm calling y'all out. You're not brave enough. No, I'm just kidding. Y'all like, look, just because you on here doing this don't mean we got to be. You're absolutely right. So anyway, Superstar. I just saw an article today. I just saw an article today that, listen, it is. I told y'all on Monday that it felt like Britney has been dancing since last Friday, and she probably still online twisting and turning and everything else. So I saw an article today. Let me see if I can find it, where they were saying that Miss Britney is, I don't want to say wanted for assault. Let me say it. Britney Spears assault on her assistant. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Okay. Now we got more stuff going on. Okay. This isn't good. Britney Spears' dogs taken away from her before battery incident. So she had a battery incident. And that was the first thing I was looking up. But now they're reporting that the dogs were taken away. Britney Spears under investigation for allegedly striking employees during a dispute at home, says the police. She struck an employee. Britney Spears investigated for allegedly striking employee. Her lawyer says the incident you guys are blowing it out of proportion. That's what the lawyer says. So I'm waiting on y'all to come in. Come on, put your little bonnets on. Get on in here. The link is up there. Britney investigated for allegedly striking an employee. So there was a dispute involving Miss Britney and the dogs. Britney Spears conservators disagree on who to blame for the care of the dogs. So her dogs were taken away. And like any dog owner, no dog owner that I know, yeah, because y'all go hard, is just going to let the people come and take their dog away. So Britney just be having a time of it. That's just the bottom line. She's up there with how they used to ride Chris Brown a little bit. Chris couldn't fart without somebody saying what he was doing, who he was doing it with, and how it smelled. So, Miss Britney, we'll see where this comes. I don't know what to say. I honestly don't know what to say, other than the fact that this could lead to more conversation of her losing control, with the little control she just got back. Let's see. It seems she needs some help. Yep. Take a look at her Instagram. I shall not. No, I'm just kidding. I have. She looks crazy. She's been looking crazy. Now, I got to tell you, I told y'all, Britney be over there flipping and turning. I don't know where Shannon's at. Shannon might be in the bushes. But me and Shannon share her videos all the time. Britney just has been dancing since 2 weeks ago, okay? And she be on Instagram just flipping and turning and doing and dipping and doing whatever. Let's see what Bless says. I love how the couple display unity. Trolls thrive when they know there's room in the relationship to insert drama and messiness. I love it when couples are mature. Bless, and that's what I like about it. I know they're still together. They didn't confirm it with me, but they had great chemistry. It wasn't awkward. It wasn't, they made it clear that we're just going our separate ways as a brand. We're talking about Ken and Ciara now, as a brand. But, and I think that's what's best for them. I really do. Because it keeps people guessing, keeps them wondering. Like you said, it's the mature thing to do. And like they said, someone said, well, what's for the future? And they were like, they didn't leave it and cut it off like, oh, never, never, never. None of that. It was, we don't know. We'll see what leads. And that's the mature response. They're so young. They're so young. The Ken are so young. Take a look at her pictures and videos on Instagram. Something isn't right. Maybe Britney does need someone to watch over her. I told you. I've never disputed the fact that Britney, like I said, she'd be spinning for hours and 7, 8 and kickball change. Listen, do not play with her. Britney, listen. She cracks me up. Does that warrant conservatorship? Probably not. But this is going to be interesting how this plays out. That's my answer. That's my take. She needs somebody watching her, but I don't know if she needs a conservatorship. But somebody definitely need to be looking like, okay, she been in that kitchen, in that living room, spinning and kickball changing for the past 2 days. That's kind of manic behavior for sure. And Britney just be getting it. Like, I don't know. Superstar said she's laughing, girl. Yes. So the other thing that people are freaking out about is let me see. You have me rolling with it. Listen, she's been dancing for 2 weeks, and you know Superstar because you follow her on Instagram, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. She'd be like, yes, good twist. Listen, Britney be getting it for the past 2 weeks. What else happened y'all freaking out about? Oh, I know we want to talk about. I'm gonna say that for last. We talking about Lizzo last. Let me write that down. Oh, we gonna get into Miss Lizzo. We're gonna get into Miss Lizzo last. So what else happened? Oh, are y'all excited about the new Aaliyah? Let me write these topics as y'all drop them. All right. The new definitely Lizzo rather. Aaliyah's music has been dropped by, and when I say dropped, they dropped the music in I guess I don't know what, not conservatorship. They didn't get Britney Spears. Her, whatever the word is, not royalties, but y'all get what I'm saying. Like, her music catalog has been dropped. And some people have been going crazy to the point where they made one of her songs a #1. Who's watching? Are y'all paying? Let's see, R. Kelly. So coming up on the docket is Lizzo and R. Kelly. Yes. Oh, I can't wait to get on Lizzo. Y'all don't want to miss that. I'm telling you, y'all don't want to miss that conversation. Oh, and Nicki Minaj. I want to talk about that too. Y'all like, what about Nicki? What about Nicki? Yes. So they okay, so you just downloaded. Okay, so I'm gonna be the person in the room that y'all gonna be mad at and whatever, but I did not listen to her music like that. So I'm not a super fan, but I'm happy for those of y'all that are happy. I'll say it that way. Gosh, I just wasn't a super fan. I'm not, I wasn't not a fan, but I also wasn't a fan. So I don't have any emotional ties to her music being released or anything. I'm happy y'all happy. So historically, I don't have any other than the fact that we could talk about what came out in court about her allegedly with R. Kelly, stuff that people already knew. Like, we already knew this, so it's like, oh, okay. We're not talking about that today. So Maj, you can delete that question, because it matters to who it matters to. So yeah, I did not like her, but I just wasn't a fan, and I wasn't. And probably, if I can be very transparent, what year? Give me the year of Aaliyah, and I'm gonna make y'all laugh. What was Aaliyah's year? Around the time, because I'm gonna tell you why I didn't. Let me see. Aaliyah, when was she? What year was her era? Because I'm telling you, I probably was a super saint during that time. Listen, do not play with me. Listen. Okay, let's see. Aaliyah. Oh yeah. I didn't really listen. Oh no, ain't listening to that secular music. Yes. So I just, now I rock to her. My husband loved her, but back then, because I'm looking at, she passed away August 25th, 2001. I remember the crash and everything, and God rest her soul and all of that. But I do know around that time, oh, no, ma'am, no, ma'am, no, ma'am, no, ma'am. Thou shalt not listen to that type of music. So yeah, that's probably has something to do with it, other than the fact that she might, the music, but let me see, 2001, I was a little older. So yeah, but that's probably what happens, just to make y'all laugh. Y'all, let's go ahead and answer Ollie's question so he can get the heck up out of here. He wants to know, does size matter? It does matter, because if you wear a shoe that is too small, you end up damaging your feet. And so you don't want to wear a shoe that's too small. You want to wear a shoe that's either right at the size, if it offers you comfort, or a little bit larger. So to answer your question, yes, size does matter when you're shoe shopping. So thank you. Superstar says, I love Aaliyah. Superstar is waiting on Nicki. Girl, we getting on Lizzo, Nicki. Let me see. Kickball changing. Yes. Listen, Britney, I got my new shoes and I'm so happy. Britney, listen, she cracks me up. And that's probably part of the problem. Because I just think she's, do I think she's 100% there? No. But is she ditzy or is she not there? I don't know, y'all. So I love Aaliyah. Okay. I just wasn't connected to her like that. I watched her all the time growing up. I have the only CD. I only have one CD of Aaliyah music. Like you, I'm not that big. I wasn't big on her as an artist. I did listen to Destiny Child and stuff, just Destiny Child and different ones like that back then. But yeah, no, not too much Aaliyah. Aaliyah was out in 94. I was a baby. I didn't catch on until later in my preteen years. Okay. Yeah, I just didn't. She just wasn't one that caught my eye. I joke a little bit about it being because of church and being deep in church and stuff like that. But we did listen to music like that. But at the same time, I'm thinking about 94. So I'm in my 20s, about 22. She wasn't my thing. I feel bad that she can't rest because of the demon R. Kelly. Absolutely. So let's park there for a second. Let me find this article that I saw the other day about the testimony that came out about her. And I think it was saying allegedly that it was confirmed, or testimony suggested. Okay, so R. Kelly testimony, Aaliyah, because I don't got time. Do you think, so those of you that are fans of hers, did you notice the relationship and it didn't click, or you knew they were together and you didn't care, or you didn't not care, but you didn't think it was anything wrong with it, or you believed it was a platonic relationship? Leave a comment down below. Let me know. Take yourself back to if you were a super fan or a fan and you remember the time and he's interviewing with her and all this other stuff. What were you feeling at that time? I can't think of a modern artist because the same thing with, well, Jay-Z and Beyonce, but I think they were so on the down low. By the time they became public, everybody was legal or whatever, allegedly. But how did you feel? Did you know, were you creeped out? You probably weren't creeped out about it because, you know, hindsight is 2020. Plus, your adult eyes are way different than your young adult, preteen, teen eyes. But tell me if you notice. So, Cook County clerk testified about R. Kelly's marriage to the late singer Aaliyah when she was 15 years old. So it was the whole, we weren't married, we were friends, all this other stuff. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter to you guys that he married her. I think it doesn't help his case because this is the type of behavior allegedly that he is being accused of. And so then when it is finally confirmed and testified on and everything that he was with her, it does not help his case. It speaks to his character or whatever. So here we go. I feel bad that she can't rest because of the demon R. Kelly. You know, how do you think her parents feel? I don't know. I have a hard time when stuff like this happens. I have a hard time separating, and this, let me try to say this where it makes sense. I kind of can look at something and be like, that was the time, but not excusing it, but that was the time. So when I think about Bill Cosby's accusers, for an example, part of me is like, but that's how y'all was rolling. Like that, you knew what you were doing, like that type of thing. So here we are 20 years later, you want to bring it back up, that whole thing. The same thing when you look at some of these stars, like he's responsible for his own actions. Do not get me wrong, unequivocally, do not come for me because he is absolutely responsible as an adult. But there has to be something said to parents, loved ones, guardians, or whatever, who encourage their kids. Like I saw a comment the other day on Instagrams talking about the same thing. And they were like, who would take their kid to an R. Kelly concert? And who would want their kid to be around R. Kelly? And I think about Destiny's Child and Mr. Knowles talking about, I forgot what group, but allegedly they were hitting on the girls. And he was like, no way, Jose. And so, yeah, it's very interesting, the conversation surrounding it. And now, yes, we're looking at it from our 30-year-old, 40-year-old, 50-year-old eyes. But what did we think about it back then? What did you guys think about it back then? And Helga says, I'm from Detroit, and that's all the street talked about. Okay. Yes, superstar. I was so happy to finally meet her. I like her music. Wow, royalty. She looks small. Who looks small? I need to keep going. I need to go from the top. I'm going from the bottom. Let me go from the top because I never can. But you know what? Hopefully, I don't really see a lot of people coming for Aaliyah and coming for her family. So hopefully that will allow her to rest in peace. So Superstar saying that she can't rest in peace. I don't really see people blaming her. Her family members or her family, probably her parents or whatever, probably have a hard time with their decisions concerning this, but they welcomed it. I mean, someone had to sign for it, allegedly. I was more into Janet. Let me tell you something. The way I talk about Britney dancing and spinning and all of that, listen, when I was a little kid, Janet had me all through the living room. My husband will tell you, if Janet comes on, listen, he just sits and laughs because I am a comedian offline, and he'd be like, babe, you are crazy. I'm like, listen, it's two things that had me flipping and flopping in the living room, thinking that I was doing something. Janet Jackson and that darn Mary Lou Retton and the Olympics. You couldn't tell me. Okay? Listen, okay? Those were the two things. I'm a pleasure principal. Listen, yes, I was listen, okay. Janet, always and forever. I met Aaliyah here last year. Oh, her last year on Earth, and couldn't believe she wore a size 4 in shoes. Oh, that's tiny. That's tiny. I can tell you that because that's the size my daughter wears. Oh, tiny self. I didn't know. Now that I'm an adult, I see it. I was a baby when she was out and didn't know anything about it. No, we definitely see things differently as an adult. It's just like you ever go back and rewatch a movie and you're like, I watched this. Or listen to a song and you're like, oh, heck no, why was I able to listen to this? Wow, royalty. She looks so small. Yeah, that's small for size 4 shoes. Yes, superstar. I was so happy to finally meet her. I like her music. Okay, royalty. So royalty was a fan. Of course, I like Rock the Boat, but I honestly can't. I could not, if it was for $1 million. I'm telling you right now. I could not begin to name y'all. If y'all were like, give me 3 hits for $1 million. Got it. Cash App you right now. I lost that game. I don't have it. And unfortunately, I would probably be like that for a lot of songs because I be knowing the chorus and everything, but I'm all over the place when it comes to that. So anyway, Lakeisha is coming in. Hey girl. Hey. So yeah, we just chilling. It's Friday. And we are just chilling, and you missed some of our talk about our day, my day. Catch the replay. But we got on to Britney Spears. She's still dancing. I'm gonna go to her. I'm gonna go check because I promise you she's spinning around now. And R. Kelly, in this case, do you think that? So anyway, so that's what we're talking about. Janet is my girl. I like her music, and she is a great performer. Absolutely. Ciara could what is the word? Compare to her. Ciara is Janet 2.0. When I see Ciara, I see Janet. Not necessarily size or, they don't look alike, but I can definitely tell Ciara studied Janet for sure. So yeah, I think so. I was a fan. I looked up to her like a big sister. I was a big fan of a lot of female artists at the time. We had good female artists to look up to. Listen, we're talking about Janet, Paula Abdul, Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey. Then you had the rappers. You had Queen Latifah, Moni Love, freaking forgot the other one. Y'all start dropping them. But we had artists back then. And then, you know, if you felt like Auntie Gladys, Auntie Patty, you know, that, man, listen, that was music. This stuff we got going on right here, we're going to get on it. We're going to top it. So yeah, it's Friday. Y'all already know. Let me do a caveat, do a little cute little commercial. If you have not already, make sure you hit the like button on Facebook as well as YouTube. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We're just having a conversation. It's Friday. Leave a comment down below if there's something that you want to talk about. I have a little list that I'm collecting, so don't be shy. And speaking of don't be shy, I'm going to go ahead and copy this link. So those of you that want to join the live, you can. Yes, MC Light. I loved MC Light. MC Light, Salt and Pepper. Yeah, we had some artists back in the day, okay? And when you did get a Little Kim or whoever, they were the exception to the norm, but they were still bad. Like, they were still some bad females. Not these pick-me's, you know? And so it was still empowerment in that. So yeah, we could talk about that too. Good music. And so a lot of us, y'all remember, if you're a certain age, you remember the conversation. Are you team Paula Abdul or Janet Jackson? I don't even know why people were even trying to have that debate. There is no debate between who Paula is. Listen, Paula can kill with that dancing. But but Janet was the total package for sure. So I dropped the link to the StreamYard if you want to join the live, you want to kick it and share, you know, your views or whatever you want to talk about behind the screen, in person, whatever. Don't be shy. Y'all typing. Don't be shy. So anyway, so yeah, child, them two, they had me flipping all over the place. And of course, Salt and Pepper had us stacking our hair and the tight jeans and the big jackets and all this other stuff in the middle of Miami, about to die because it's hot as hell. But hey, we got to be in style. Hated that. That's one thing I hate about Miami. We wore boots anyway, but y'all. So if you ever wonder if people from Miami wear boots because if it's in fashion, yes, we did. And we burnt up. Like, I had the what are those, the suede boots, child, hot as heck, but it don't matter. We're in style. Puffer jackets and everything. And I know the kids probably now probably are wearing hoodies and everything else in Miami, child. So yes, you were a fan. I love Ciara. Yeah, I'm not gonna say I like certain hits of Ciara, but I just must say I like Ciara and Russell, and I love their vibe together. But Ciara by herself, I don't follow her enough, but I can tell you this. She has really exhibited herself and showing herself to be a really good friend. That's what I noticed about her. Prior to Kobe Bryant's death, I never saw her really hang around with Vanessa Bryant and stuff like that. They probably did. I don't know. I don't remember. I know her and Lala used to hang out, but Ciara is just that friend. She seems to just be on the scene to offer comfort. I love all their friendships. So when you look at, so I would see her and Ciara, Serena Williams, Lala, Anthony, and Kobe Bryant's wife, Vanessa. And I love their friendship. And when they get the kids together and the family together and stuff like that, I love that. Now, let me tell you about Ciara. I was not a huge fan. She's a one-hit wonder to me as far as bops. She got her, you know what? And I can't even say one-hit wonder. Let me take that back. She's not a one-hit wonder. She has a lot of hits, but it's, y'all know what I'm saying. Like, she has pockets of hits. And then it's that one song, Level Up, Level Up, Level Up, you know, or My Goodies, right? You know, that type of thing. But I wouldn't look at her as a mega singing superstar. But I'm going to tell you something about Miss Thing. She can model her butt off. I want to see her more in the modeling field. And that's just my opinion. And so my issue with Ciara has been I'm gonna just be straight up. Y'all tell me, leave me a comment down below. Because we have this debate all the time. And so let me set it up. So my issue with Ciara is this. Prior to Russell Wilson, I believe Ciara talked a certain way, walked a certain way, and but mainly just presented herself in a certain way. I understand being married kind of changes you in ways or whatever, but I don't think that it changed the way I spoke or the way I behaved. And so she gets with Russell Wilson after coming off the heels of Future and everything, and she just turns into this person. And it was so cataloged to me or manufactured to me. And yes, baby, you know, she's got this voice. And so me and my son and other people, we'd always had this debate. Like, is that really her? Like, what is she doing? Just be yourself. If they, you know, love Russell, love your children and everything. But when she would speak or go live, you're like, what is this, date night? That whole thing. So that used to make me think, you know what? She don't really love him, meaning Russell. I'm talking years ago when they first got married. So what, 3-4 years ago? And I understand the transformation that God can do, love can do, and everything else. I just felt like it was so, she was being fake. That's what not necessarily like she was being fake for the camera maybe or whatever. So then as time went on, because, you know, in Hollywood, they do have PR relationships. And I think a lot of us thought, okay, this is just PR, you know? And so as time went on and you see them together and you see her together, little pockets of Ciara will poke out. Ghetto Ciara, Atlanta Ciara, Hood Ciara. And I'm like, okay. So leave a comment down below if you're vibing with what I'm saying or you don't agree or you kind of see what I'm saying, whatever. But I'm just telling you my journey with Ciara. And so prior to that, like I said, I was not a mega fan, but I like her little hits and stuff like that. But it was kind of shocking once she got with Russell, because I'm like, Seahawks, that is my team. So I'm following Russell pre-Ciara, but also once Ciara gets on the scene. And so they're all Hollywood, and she's just so like this, and you know, and I'm like, but Ciara, you don't talk like that. Like, what are you doing? Now, don't get me wrong. I may present myself on here a certain way, but then when I get offline, I'm still going to be who I am, but I may talk a little bit with more slang or whatever. So I completely get that. Fast forward, we get to now, and I see them together and loving on their kids. And I think that she's more settled in being Mrs. Wilson, where when she talks, she still has her little thing going on with her little persona, but her little online persona person. But I see more of who she really is. And I also believe in their relationship. I don't think my thinking has evolved, definitely. He loves the mess out of that woman, and I believe that she loves him. They have beautiful children. They I love those two together. Absolutely. And for the record, I also believe that him loving her could definitely transfer onto who she becomes as a woman. I believe to a certain degree, you know, because we have to want to change or whatever. So that's my take on Ciara and her music and stuff like that. Don't know much about them. Oh, I love them. I really didn't know her until she got with Russell. Okay. Yeah. So if you didn't know her before and then you saw her with Russell, it was just so corny and just so manufactured, and this voice that she developed. It was the voice for me. I'm like, what? It's almost like me coming on one day on live and y'all find out, you know, Melissa got 1 million subscribers. So all of a sudden I'm going to come on and go, hi guys, it's me. So I have 1 million subscribers now. Or the complete opposite. I got 1 million subscribers. Y'all be like, who is this person? That type of thing. That's how it was. I was into Ashanti. Love that song, Foolish. Let me tell you something. Ashanti is, to me, one of the most underrated female artists. Not that she's like, wow, or whatever, but especially when there's a conversation of who's pretty, who's fine, who's natural. Listen, Ashanti got body. Listen, natural, beautiful girl. The Brat, Crisscross, TLC. Come on now. Mariah Carey. Oh yes, MC Light, Whitney. Come on now. The Brat. I can't take the music today. It's all rap. Helga, we're gonna talk about that. I got it written down. So anyway, this is the link to the StreamYard if you want to join. You guys are being shy. You can join and leave your comment and dip out. So so that's that. I don't know how we got on Russell. Somebody mentioned, Ciara. Oh, because Superstar said she loves Ciara. So I say that to say, music-wise, after you saying level up 3 times, I'm like, I want to keep hearing it. But when I say she's a one-hit wonder, that's what I'm saying. She can make hits. But I don't know if a whole album is a hit. But that's just my opinion. Sweet girl, sweet family, I think. And I just love, if nothing else, she's a friend. But I want to see her more in on print. The girl can model. The girl can model. You know who else can model? Who I think, 2 people who I think that their career could definitely use a pivot in that way. Lil Mama and Michelle Williams. Michelle, I don't know, because I'm not a huge, I don't follow her. I'm not gonna say I'm not a huge fan. I don't know nothing what Michelle is doing right now. So, and that's neither here nor there. I don't make my one little not following don't make her, but I love her photos. And I think she takes really great pictures. So does Lil Mama. I don't know if you've seen them or followed them. Definitely, for sure. So that's that. So if you haven't already, and you like what you're hearing on the channel so far, if you haven't already, make sure you like this video. If you're watching the replay, like the video. Right now, in this moment, like the video. And if you haven't already, right now, in this moment, hit the subscribe button. That would help me out so greatly. But not just subscribe. Like, y'all already know. I like to interact. That's what we're doing now, chilling, whatever. It's a kind of a laid back Friday. That's just what we're doing. But I like to hear from you guys. So as you're coming in, peeking in, if I'm talking about something, leave a comment for sure. So some people notice, let me see if I can find a picture and then I'll put it up. Tell me what you guys think. So y'all know Nicki Minaj, her husband, that whole stuff. Leave a comment, drop some black hearts. If you know what I'm saying. No hearts. Don't drop a heart. I don't want a heart. Drop some shoes. If you know what I'm talking about with Nicki Minaj and her husband, because then I have to go through and talk about that. But basically, oh yeah, I'll bring that up too. Nicki Minaj's husband is an alleged child abuser, whatever. But that's not really what I wanted to talk about. What I want to talk about is the fact that the internet, those of you that are notice, let me see, Nicki. Those of you that notice, y'all like, get to the point. I'm going to find this picture. Those of you that noticed yesterday, I'm going to send this to myself, that Miss Nicki was not wearing her wedding ring. And the internet kind of blew that out of proportion, or very observant. Don't really know. Leave a comment down below. Thank you for the shoes. I'm going to send this. I'm going to let y'all see the picture that everybody was freaking out about, because Nicki Minaj showed up on her Instagram without her wedding ring on. So hold on. So everyone is freaking out. Let me show you the picture if I can find it. Downloads. And I'm gonna make y'all laugh. So if you follow Nicki Minaj, of course, or if you follow me, you already know that's not where the conversation is going to park. It really isn't about Nicki Minaj. It's about the fact that should everybody be freaking out about the fact that she does not, okay, where is it? Come on. That she's not wearing her wedding ring. Are you a Barb and are you freaking out? Let me know. And of course, in real time, I'm looking up the picture. And I'll look for it. Anyway, let me show y'all here. I'll play that. I'll play internet airdrop. Is that something that you pay attention to? If I go on live and I don't have my wedding ring on, oh my goodness, there's a problem. I'm here to tell you that may be a sign of something, and it absolutely may not. So for me, let me find this picture so y'all can see what the first of all, her and her awesomeness. There you go. So she dropped a series of pictures. This is just one. At a distance, she looks like freaking Dog the Bounty Hunter to me, but in a good way. I don't mean I love Nicki, whatever. But anyway, this is Nicki Minaj, and she went live posted some pictures yesterday, and this is her. And she does not have her wedding ring on, and the internet went crazy. Speculation. Now, the speculation is significant because her husband is in some legal trouble. Her husband is in legal trouble, allegedly, and he so people are speculating that she is distancing herself in major legal trouble, talking child stuff and all of that, allegedly. So the speculation is no ring, there must be trouble in paradise. And I'm just going to defend the women that take their rings off. So if you're married, leave a comment down below. Ring on forever, all day and a day, and I'm never taking it off. Or are you like me? This ring is bulky. I am not cleaning and all this other stuff in this ring. I take it off. I have a ring holder. And even sometimes, depending on where I'm going and what I'm doing and who I'm going to be around, like I don't necessarily go in the hood with my wedding ring. I have a different ring for that. That's just that. That's just what I do. But okay, so let me know. So I'm on live without my ring simply because I forgot it. I can run and go get it, but not having it on doesn't say to you guys like, oh, there's trouble in paradise, because it's not. He's on here somewhere. So y'all tell me, do you think there's trouble in paradise? She's distancing herself from her husband, because I also saw a vlogger that said the worst thing that she could have ever done was to marry this guy. So this guy is in major, major trouble. And when it first happened, she was riding for him, defending him and everything else. And here's the thing that I do know about internet. She's not an internet star. She is a superstar, grand superstar. They are intentional about that was intentional. I will say that. Whatever the message was, whether it was my ring doesn't match with the outfit or whatever. Let me take another look, because another vlogger said, well, maybe the ring, she couldn't put it on because of the nails. Yeah, no, let's see. Her nails aren't really in the way. Her nails aren't in the way. Like they're short nails. It's not like they're Cardi B type nails where, huge stones and they can't fit over and all this other stuff. So that can't be it. Lil Mama, I keep thinking about how she invaded. Listen, we can talk about that. Yes, Nicki is sick. I'm sorry. Superstar dropping some shoes. Thank you. Hi, Melissa. Good to see you. We tried to tell her, no, not freaking out. Okay. I'm not a barb. I can't say I'm a barb. I can't say I'm a barb, but I do follow her on Instagram or whatever. But I could care less. This whole Nicki Minaj versus Cardi B versus this. Child, please. I don't care. No ring. She took the ring off because she knows that she and her husband are allegedly in trouble. Yep. That's a theory. She made comments about the victim. She should have kept her mouth closed. Absolutely. She not only made comments about the victim allegedly, she also allegedly, they said, well, and maybe this is what you're talking about, that they might be getting sued or there's investigation as to whether they tried to intimidate the witness, which is the victim. So this could be completely innocent. This can be completely, I left it in a bag and I forgot to put it back on, like me. Or it could be intentionally trying to separate herself from this story, from her husband, all of that. The thing is, y'all remind me, did she get married? Did this all come out after she was married, or she got married knowing that this was going on? Can't remember. I think she really loves him and tried to save him and tried to rehabilitate his reputation. Well, here's the thing. We all know we can't do that we barely can do it for us, right? If you have a reputation for something, it's hard to, or it takes work to rebuild that reputation. So can you imagine trying to do it for somebody else? Child, please. Yes, Tanya, you saw where her husband tried to bribe the victim. So here's the thing. If she's worth millions, and if I'm worth millions, and this thing is getting ugly, and not only is it getting ugly, it's going to a place that I don't agree with, because, you know, I'm not with this type of behavior. So I'm going to distance myself, because what's going to happen? We all know what's going to happen. Are they going to go after him, or are they going to go after her? And they can go after him, but her money is tied to him. That's what I'm trying to say. They may go after him, but her money is tied to him. So distancing herself probably is a good idea. And like I said, I think it was Armand who said it on his live. He was like, her marrying him was, and don't quote me, was one of the worst things that she could have did. But essentially, that's what he was saying. Leave a comment down below if you believe believe Armand, if you rocking with Armand and what he said. And I just hate to see it. But, you know, like Tanya said, people try to warn you, but you don't listen. You don't pay attention to the red flags. And then there you go. So here's the thing. That's what you up to. So now when you do stuff like go on Instagram with your ring not there, people automatically assume it's as a result of you and your husband. So that's that part. I don't know what that say. We were talking about music. Look at how she protected her brother. Absolutely. She sure did. She sure did. So we talked a little bit about Tony Baker's, the comedian, his son, that case, what happened. If you don't know what happened, I'll give you a brief summary. Bottom line, Tony Baker, the comedian, his son was killed along with 2 other people because other people were drag racing. Well, he mentioned yesterday, I want to say, that the people that were involved in that crash have now been, the people that were drag racing, they have been arrested. So that is good news. And we all know arresting is one thing, but there needs to be some prosecution. So I'm looking forward to continue to follow that. That situation is horrible. A lot of times we don't think about things like speeding or drag racing and stuff like that really affecting other people. You just think, oh, I'm on this street, I'm on this road, let's race and do this. And then in my head, I'm thinking, how the heck, you know, the people that were drag racing, they're fine. You killed 3 other people. So it's just really weird to me, some of the things that people are really into, I guess, when it comes to drag racing. I know somebody who was a grown behind man, and he was very much into, he was an old neighbor. And, well, he wasn't a neighbor. He was a friend of my daughter's father. And he was into tagging buildings. And this man was older than me at the time. So I know he's older than me now. And among other stuff. But I used to think it was just so weird. Like, you're literally tagging buildings. You're old fart. But in your tagging buildings, you really think that you have a right to go around this town and tag buildings like you're 14. And you don't think about the people that have to pay for paint to repaint over it. You just don't think about that. People are into some really weird stuff. That's all I got to say. The picture of the car was horrible. I have not seen a picture of the car, Tanya. And I don't think I want to. Man, wait, did I see a picture of the car? I don't know. I don't think I did. If I did, I saw it way back when. I'm glad that, they've been arrested and hopefully justice will be served. Tony is back on the road. I told you guys, he's my husband's absolute favorite, one of his favorite comedians. I don't necessarily find Tony funny, but he's a good guy. Like, he's a good guy. And I get a chuckle depending on what it is he's talking about or whatever. But I'm not going to be disingenuous because he lost his son to be like, oh, he's my favorite. No, that's a lie. So that's that part. So yeah, I did not see the picture of the car. Just horrible. And they were very young. Like, his son was 21. I think they all were definitely under 25. If they weren't, the other two people definitely looked like they were under 25. 2 males and a female that died in that crash. So yes, they have been arrested. So we'll see. So let's do a little commercial break. If you have not already, make sure you hit the like button. Hey, Facebook, I have not and do not forget about you. If you like what you see on this program and you're like, wow, hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel. And, again, don't just subscribe and then lay dormant. I like subscribers that are interactive, conversating. Even if you're watching the playback right now, leave a comment. Y'all know I have people in the comment section that will tell you I answer my comments as best as I can. So that's also important. And so hit the notification bell. I know some of you say that it doesn't always notify you. I did not schedule this one too far in advance. So you might not have gotten an early notification like a day ahead like I normally do. But hit the notification bell. It works for those that it works for. And I understand some of you are like, it doesn't work for me that often and whatever. But yeah, hit it and we'll hope that it works. The next thing is I don't talk about this a lot. I really don't, because those that know me, you guys that have been really following me in my family, because that's what it is. Y'all aren't followers or all this other stuff, but I don't really bring it up that often because this is my passion. This is what I love to do. But if you're like, you know what, I'm really liking this channel. Yesterday's live was the bomb. Today's live was the bomb. She is the absolute bomb. I want to bless her. Don't forget, if you look down there and you're on YouTube, you can click the super sticker and the super chat things. And that's pretty much all I'm gonna say about that. Like, I understand how church is and sowing seeds and all of that. And I know all y'all know about that. So if that's your thing and you're like, man, I want to bless her, that's the way you could do it. Super stickers, super chat. But more importantly, I like what's absolute free, the subscribers and the interaction. That's my heart, to be honest with you. So that's that. So y'all want to get on Lizzo? So make sure you leave a comment. If I haven't written down, I think we covered everything that everybody else wanted to talk about. Leave a comment down below if there's something else that you wanted to talk about or you want to add to what we've already talked about. But because I want to save Lizzo for last, because I got a lot to say about that. I sure do. Doggone it. Lizzo. So let me look at my let's see. This live, just sitting back eating some cold apples. Oh, that sounds so good. Cold apples, Granny Smith's plain, or I like Fiji, red. I like the softer red apples. I don't like that really, really red one. I don't know the name of it, but with some salt, good. So I'm happy to be able to come into your living room live with you and just sit and chat with you as you are enjoying your snack. What about LeVar Burton? Girl, what? Look at me. This is how I do. If we were on the phone, I'm telling you that would be, what? What do you do? Whispering. I'd be like, Mom, why am I whispering? She'd be like, I don't know. Or when my daughter's calling me, I'm like, well, why am I whispering? I don't know. So that's what I be like. Tanya, what? I'll look it up real quick. I'm eating popcorn. Oh, superstar. That is my absolute favorite snack. Popcorn. I don't like kettle corn, but I love me some extra butter with all the salt that can happen without me getting sick. Absolutely. Cherries, red, yellows. Yes. Plain, or did you do cherries? Are good plain. Like you're just pop. I pop. Well, I don't spit like that. Let me take that back. But in my bowl, in my bowl. But we love the cherries. How are they tasting? I don't know. We haven't. Let me see. When was the last time you got cherries? Maybe a couple of grocery store runs before. We've been on what? Let me see. Watermelon all the time. Even when that mess be out of season, we just be hoping and praying, thumping. And like, this watermelon is not in season, but we just gonna risk it all. And they got the nerve to be mad that it's not good. Like, it's not in season. Berrians, buy the stuff in seasons. We were on a strawberry kick for a minute. Just tons of strawberries. We eat lots of strawberries, and we do lots of, we haven't in a while. Actually, over the summer before school started, they were making lots of shakes and smoothies and stuff like that. We haven't really did that, but we were eating a lot of strawberries. My son gets on the football kicks. He plays football, but he gets on these banana kicks. He gets, he wants banana, and we're like, did you just sit there and eat 3 bananas? Yeah, I thank God, knock on wood, that we don't have a food desert situation or lack of food, or that we have to put you on any type of stay out the snacks type thing. Thank God. Like, just so thankful for that. Because this boy can eat. Jesus, he can eat. You don't see him, but he is. So if I was standing up, he's like right here. And yeah, he's not big. He's a little slender guy, but good grief. Yes, Ruby says, yes, watermelon for me. I bought 2 today. You know what else is good? You ever saw the grapefruit? They're in this clear jar, and you can get a citrus mix, or you can get the grapefruit. Those are good too. Pineapple, I love pineapple throughout the year. We also do pineapple. We don't go through a lot of apples. I don't buy a lot of apples because I don't know why, because I was going to give you a because, but I really don't. When we do the list, because this is how we do. And we even did that when they were little. When they were little, we would head to the grocery store. They could pick a cereal that they wanted, or they would have to come to a consensus about the cereal, depending on where we were financially back in the day. But now it's like, okay, which cereal you want. But also what we would do is y'all pick your snacks that you want. Like, what snacks do you want? And no one ever picks apples. No one says apples. They'll say strawberries. They love grapes. We go through so many grapes. Buying one thing of grapes does not work in this family. Like, especially, and cherries. Whoever was eating the cherries. Who's eating the cherries? We can't just get one thing of cherries. Like, not going to happen. Just like one thing of strawberries, not going to happen. You got to get more. So, but with apples, they don't eat them like that. We like them. It's weird. We like them, but I think we just don't think about it. Yes, watermelon. Ruby is right there with me in that watermelon. I love apples. Do you, Super? I don't not like them, which is weird because I love a good Granny Smith, like I said, and I like a nice, crisp, fresh red apple. Get me some salt on there. Listen, yep. But I think my point is, when it's time to go grocery shopping, I don't think we think of apples. We always think strawberries, watermelon. We always think watermelon. What else? Bananas or whatever like that. But apples, we just always don't think about them. We're sorry, apples. I just bought some strawberries, bought a large container for $3. They've been looking really nice lately, have they not? They have we've been getting some really nice strawberries. And I'm telling you, these strawberries look like they have been injected with something to make them plump like a doggone chicken wing. Frozen pineapple chunks are my favorite when I get oh yeah, when you get a sweet tooth. I love pineapple chunks. And yes, when they're frozen, they're so good. Just really, really good. So good. Absolutely. Tanya says he was hoping to get the Jeopardy position. Well, here's the thing. The person that got it stepped down because of some stupid comments that he said or whatever. I'm not gonna say they're stupid because I don't know what he said, but he stepped down because of some comments. And y'all know, people in this cancel culture, and you can't say nothing. So there you go. That's what happened. So I don't know if he's gonna get it. Let's see. LeVar Burton didn't get the job, but to be honest, he was too stiff for me. He is very stiff, Helga. He's always been stiff, y'all, when you really, really think about it. Who is he? Let's think about it. Who is LeVar Burton for real? Like, it's like whatever script they give him, he reads it and then that's it. Like, he is not palatable like that at all. I agree with you 100%, Helga. Absolutely. Ooh, Lakeisha says, I have a pear tree. Nice. I love pears. But they have to be perfectly ripe and no black spots. So I like a perfect pear. But I love canned pears, and I can just drink pear juice. Oh, pear juice, pineapple juice out of the can. Probably not healthy, but oh man, pear juice is so good cold. Oh my goodness. That is the way he is. Yeah, he's very, because I'm thinking of different people, Steve Harvey, Nick Cannon, different people, and you could think about who they are. But now, y'all, when we think about LeVar Burton, I'm like, I don't know who like beyond Butterflies in the Sky. Who is he for real? We don't know. Helga says, yep. So we'll see if they invite him. Here's the thing. I want people to get the job that deserves the job. I know that there's a section of y'all that are team black no matter what. I just can't be that way for several reasons. But one thing that I would hate for someone to be any culture to deserve a job, but someone else to get it because they're black. And I think that's also kind of happening in certain arenas, where it's like everybody's panicking, like, oh, we gotta, I want the representation there. Don't get me wrong. I think, panels where there's just one lone black person is absolutely ridiculous. No place, if a company is getting in trouble for saying things or doing things, that tells me they have not diversified their corporate, their marketing, or their corporate area. Because here's the thing. If you have a company, and I've said this on my live, if you have a company or you have a church and you do not have a representation of your congregation on your board, something's wrong. One of y'all gonna piss somebody off because you don't know what's appropriate, what's not, or whatever. And you're in your little lily white corner or your lily black corner or whatever, and you're going to piss people off. So I think representation matters. And I'm just sitting out thinking about this Jeopardy job. And I don't want Starchy to get it, but I would love for someone black to get it. Because one thing that people, if you don't know, if you're watching my live and you're white and you're like, okay, what does she mean by that? Black people love Jeopardy. At least in my family, we were Jeopardized nerds. You hear me? Listen, I grew up standing, all my mom and her siblings sitting there, and I'm sitting there like if we were all together. But even when we weren't all together, even when no one was at my house, if Jeopardy was on, what is a can of worms? Like, listen, okay, we all knew it, and we all watched it. It's a very beloved game show in our community, I feel like. Same thing with The Price is Right. That's why for Steve to end up being the host of it, he's a very good host of it. Although I think the latter years, the subject matter, it wasn't family friendly to me. And I think that just made the show go down, some of the questions and stuff like that, because I feel like when we were kids, those questions were asked in a manner that it went so far over our head. But Jeopardy, Wheel of Fortune, freaking Price is, oh my goodness, Price is Right. Don't even want to talk about that. So yeah, Bless says, I loved him as Kunta Kinte and on Reading Rainbow. Yeah, Reading Rainbow and Kunta Kinte. That's a renowned role that he played. But then also when you think about Reading Rainbow, that was our childhood. Listen, butterfly in the sky. Listen, you sat down when that was coming on, and I didn't want to miss where that butterfly was going, and I wanted to see what was happening. And then my favorite part was y'all like, this girl, I watched TV as a kid, and I was the biggest nerd. So everything that, well, not nerd, I won't say that, but I definitely watched TV. Remember the part of Reading Rainbow where they used to recommend books, and then they used to be like, don't take it from me, but I used to like that part. So yeah, Reading Rainbow was definitely a part of our childhood. So we'll see what they're gonna do, because now that this guy is off, who's gonna be on? Child, Nick Cannon to be on that thing. Have you guys watched Wildin' Out? Let me say it right. Wildin' Out. Since it's been back on, I haven't had a chance to. Maybe that's what I'll do, and then maybe do a review and we can talk about that. But I have not been able to watch. I have not taken a moment to watch the new Wild 'N Out since it's been back. Since Jessie Woo made her comment, and I don't even. So if you don't know, Jessie Woo, last week when it came out, she made a comment she made a joke about Whitney, and apparently it was a distasteful joke. It did not go over well, and people were not happy. And I didn't watch it, so I don't even know what she said or whatever. I just saw that she was in a hot seat this week. And then today, they forgot all about it. She's fine. Because that's America. That's their business. So Tanya says, true. Superstar says, my grandma loves Jeopardy. Yeah. I think Jeopardy the content is good, but it has such a calming aesthetic. It's like you can cook, and I can kind of hear it in my head right now. Like, it's not hype. It brings you down, calms you, I think. Let's get to Lizzo. I don't know if this is going to be the last thing that we talk about, because I just kind of feel like hanging around. Let's see. I'm nosy right now, y'all. So my neighbors got on red. They must have somewhere to go. They have on red shirts and jeans. So it's Friday. Where they going? Wherever they going, they all had to wear red. Okay. And all the girls are together. And so, yeah, Melissa's nosy. So yeah, they're going wherever they're going, but okay. Yeah. So anyway, so yeah, I just feel like chilling with y'all. So I don't know if this is gonna be the last conversation, the last topic. Don't know, but somebody said that's funny. Yeah, I'm upstairs, and I can. They don't have a upstairs downstairs, but I'm upstairs and I can see way across the street. And I'm like, where y'all going? I had a great big bowl of watermelon. Nice. You're gonna be going to the potty, Ruby. But that's good. So anyway, leave a comment. The next thing that we're going to talk about is Miss Lizzo. I don't know what else y'all want to talk about. There's other things that some of you might have missed or whatever, but I'm just chilling. I'm on live. Sometimes I cut off and I'm out of here, but today just seems to be a day that we're just chilling and just doing what we do. They need to leave Lizzo alone. Okay, Superstar, I'm gonna leave. Superstar, come on alive. I'm gonna drop the link because I don't want to be talking to myself. You represent a different you represent a different. We're saying the same thing, but I want to hear what you have to say. So I'm gonna drop the link. Superstar says they need to leave Lizzo alone. Who will be the brave person to come on the live so we can talk about Miss Lizzo? I agree. So this is where we agree, Superstar. No one deserves to be bullied. I want to know why now people picked on her. Okay, Tanya, that's what I'm saying. Listen, drop some shoes in the comment section if y'all want Superstar to join the live. Superstar, like, Melissa, I did not ask for this. I think it would be fun. I'm waiting on somebody to have fun with this Friday, and everybody is being shy. Everyone's like, oh, I'm sitting here looking crazy. You don't have to come on camera. You can hide yourself. You can hide yourself. You could do what's that called? A avatar. Like, you don't have to be, let me see. I'm trying to show you how I can do it. How you could do it. That's not how you do it. I can that's removing myself from the screen. Edit name. Join. You're scared. Don't be scared. I don't bite. We want to talk about Lizzo, and I'm telling you, it'll just be great conversation. Drop a shoe. Y'all know look, everybody do hearts and this and that. I'm into shoes. I like shoes or nails. So, and bling. Y'all drop some bling. Listen, this is a safe place. Superstar, you did not see me badger Ciara yesterday or anything. Come in and listen. Join the link. Do the link. And like I said, I get it. I have to come on here and not have to. I have time to come on and do my hair and this and that and the other. You don't have to show your face. I promise you don't. And there's nothing on my end that I can make you show your face. Does that make sense? Like, there's no trick. I can't trick it to say show you. You can tell it, nope, I don't want to. Let me see. Let me show you what I can do. There you go. That's what you can do. So I put stop cam. So if you want to join the live and you don't want people to see you, and I get it, don't get me wrong, like, woo! Boom, boom, boom. Okay, Superstar. Let me add to. Hey,
how are you?
I'm fine. See?
Oh my goodness.
I know. I finally get to hear a voice, a voice to you, because I feel like I know you. You always, like I said, every time you say something, I really, really appreciate it. And this is fun, y'all. So so now we got to get somebody else to join Superstar. They didn't know, but I can get up to what, 20 people, I think, or 50. I don't know. So don't be shy, y'all. Let me drop it one more time. But okay, so give me your okay, let me set it up. So y'all, here's the link. If you want to join, and we all can just talk about it. But this is a really good conversation, and I know that we all are not going to agree, but it's a good conversation because I think that come on in, y'all can join. Because there's so much going on the internet. Like, people, that's what they do. We run to the internet for entertainment. Ooh, look at me, and all this other stuff. So let me set it up, y'all. Lizzo came on live, what, 2-3 days ago, maybe a couple of days ago, boohoo crying on live. Why do you guys fat shame me? You guys hate me. Woe is me. Yada, yada, yada. Now, this is on the heels of her video coming out with Cardi B, but I also think she did something else. Like, did she go? Tell me, Superstar, did she do something else besides? Was it just the video that everybody was freaking out? I feel like she did something.
No. No, she didn't do any. I don't think she's done anything. I follow her on TikTok.
Okay.
So I feel like I think people just like to fat shame.
Absolutely.
I really do. And
I think so.
I don't know why, but I think it's also because people have like a really big hate for Cardi. And okay. I don't think that people like anybody who's Cardi.
Wow.
Like with Megan Thee Stallion. Yeah. I'm not a fan of Megan like that, but she gets a lot of hate too. So I feel like anybody that collabs with Cardi B, they get a lot of flack.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Lady Libra says, you said after the video dropped, she broke down on live. I don't think she broke down because of the video dropping. There was some stuff going on in the video, but I don't think it was that. I want to say she either went live on Instagram, but here's the thing. Oh, look, come on, look, listen, come on now. Oh, what? Y'all about it. Hey, sis.
Hey.
Oh, are you ready? I'm gonna remove you. Tell me when you're ready. Give me a thumbs up and I'll be able to see you because I just add you. You ready?
I'm ready.
Oh,
all right. So here's the thing with Lizzo. And here's the problem that I have with Lizzo. Yes, I do think people like to fat shame. I really do. And I do think that society has a standard of what they think beauty is, what fat people should and shouldn't wear. And I ain't gonna lie, like some of it I agree with. I'm not gonna lie, let's just be honest. There's sometimes we may see somebody, but I will say this.
Mm-hmm.
There are some plus size models or people on Instagram that are breaking barriers. They are wearing stuff that people told them they should never, and they're killing it. They are rocking it. I guess my point is, it kind of feels a little bit like, for lack of a better term, throw rocks, hide your hands, go cry victim. Lizzo has to know that the things that she does online is shocking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Cardi knows she can be whatever Cardi can be. But I like your point, Superstar, where you were saying anybody associated to Cardi, including Megan, because Megan gets it too. God knows Megan can't do anything without them tripping on her. But I don't think listen, Lizzo is not all that innocent. Y'all go ahead. Y'all get the floor.
Now, let me just say, Lizzo, what I think the problem is, I think that when she first came out, that she thought she was going to break all these barriers.
Yes.
And
good point.
I think that she thought that people would be more welcoming to people of her side. Because I'm going to be honest, there's a difference in plus size models versus plus size women like Lizzo. Lizzo doesn't have, so I look on Instagram, when I see plus size, they're heavier women, but they have shape to them. Like they have that Coke bottle shape.
Press pause. My son said the same thing. So he agrees with you. He said it's just nasty. To him, he looks at it, he's just like, he said he don't know what it is. He said he doesn't like it. But go ahead.
I think that she thought that, because a lot of other girls have said the same thing that's like Lizzo. Like they know that they have maybe a larger stomach and there's like no shape to them. Okay. And they feel like they're not being represented enough in the plus size community. True. Like Lizzo is their voice.
Okay.
So Lizzo feels like she has a job to do, not only for herself, but for people that's her size and her shape, that she has to overdo everything. And I also think it might also be the people behind her too.
Someone else said that. What you think it is, Lakeisha?
Well, Lizzo, she got a lot of confidence.
But does she really?
She got a lot of confidence.
But if you're crying later, think about it, Lakeisha. If you're crying later, do you really have confidence?
No. You kind of got confidence and you don't.
Okay. Or
because
go ahead.
Because I'm little. I don't weigh nothing but 100 pounds. And what Lizzo have on, I can't do it. I'm so scared. I'm scared. I'm with Lizzo. I can't. I feel you, and I don't.
Right. See, that's why I agree with Superstar, because I was listening to someone else talk about it, and that's what he said. It might be her team. Oh, you got to be bold. You got to be this. You got to be that. And then she goes out and do it. And in that moment, she has confidence. And then
But really, she didn't want to do it.
She really didn't want to do it. And the people that she thought was going to ride for her, they not like, let me go out and be a Lizzo. No one's doing that.
Well, you got some that are.
You got
Lady
some.
Lizzo
I ain't gonna lie.
definitely bolder than me.
I know for me, I'm not her. I'm more like a mid-size person. I don't wear I have a lot. I grew up really big as a kid, so I've always been self-conscious anyway.
Okay.
So no matter how much weight I lose, I could be 100 pounds like you. I probably was still always like. It took me a while to wear 2-piece.
Okay.
And you know what? Lizzo actually made me feel confident to do that.
Nice.
But I only did it once and didn't wear another one again.
Yeah.
So in a way, she's kind of helped me a little bit, but there's a lot of things that I still don't wear no matter what, because I do feel like I want to represent myself in a way that
exactly.
I don't know.
Because here's the thing. When I think about that outfit that she wore to the Lakers game, let's be honest. I don't care what size a person is, that would have been shocking. And she does these things. I know she knew what she was doing. Like, we all know, no matter how old you are, how young you are, when you were getting ready and you knew you were doing it, or you knew you were going to be bold, or you knew whatever, you knew before you left the house. She does these things and then gets mad when the people are like, oh, well, we didn't want to see that, or that's inappropriate. Why on live television or whatever? And I agree 100%. And that's just my problem with Lizzo. It's not necessarily, I think she has confidence in the moment, whether it's natural confidence, alcohol, or whatever. She's feeling herself in whatever moment she's in. So go ahead, Lizzo, in that. But everyone's not going to accept that. Like, everyone's not going to be like, oh, I want to see this from you all the time. And then it's the conversation that you have to have thick skin. You're a rock star. Like, you're a pop star. Don't worry about what the people say. Like, to me, the worst thing she could do is go live crying. To me. Call your manager, call your sister, call your mom, call whoever, but do not go live crying.
But she was called a very derogatory term. I'm not going to say it because I don't know.
That's a B.
It was based on, like, back in the old days where, like, larger women. It starts with an M, and it was based on, like, I think slave times where larger Black women. Were like, it's like mommy, but
got you.
So that really kind of, I think, took her over.
I got it.
But
I don't agree with that. Like, whether we agree in all of that, to me, I'm team just turn the channel. I'm team just turn the video off, and then I don't have to go and bully her, you know. And that's just the bottom line, and that goes for her or anybody else. So,
I'm sorry. Because at the end of the day, I don't want to see nobody twerking. Her, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B with the beard, but I don't like it. I don't have rhythm, so I can't twerk anyway.
It's getting so old.
I don't want to see it from anybody. I think that's another thing Lizzo has to realize. It's not just her that receives backlash, but she does receive more so the physical aspect of the backlash.
Exactly. Tiffany Johnson said exactly. Well, I'm gonna let y'all two go so that 2 more people can join and see whatever else we talk about. Thank y'all for being brave this Friday. Love y'all, and thank y'all for y'all support for sure.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. So yeah, no. So anyway, y'all, so I dropped the link. If you want to join in, say whatever, come on camera, not whatever. But Tanya said, yes, Melissa. So yes, on which part, Tanya? That's just what I feel like. There's so many layers to this. You're in Hollywood, sis. Okay, let's start from the beginning. Whether we like it or not, it's a double standard. Absolutely. If someone else who was finer or whatever, do you think the turnoff also could be that we feel like she's trying too hard? Could that be it, y'all? Are we like, almost like you showing out, like you're doing this on purpose? Because if she's crying after, because of whatever backlash or whatever, because, you know, people didn't accept it or whatever, is that who she really is? I don't follow Lizzo, so I don't know. I see her around depending on who she's with, but I don't know her, and we also don't know her. But it's definitely a double standard. Definitely a double standard. Yes, girl. Listen, we could, Mammy, I know that's what you're talking about. Yep. Thank you, Bless. Y'all, in having the conversation, if you're not smaller, you're loved. When it comes to plus size women, different story. But you know what? I see some plus size women really being celebrated. Like Ashley Graham comes to mind. And she's a small time actress, but Niecy Nash's daughter is really big on modeling. She just joined a show for the first time, acting or whatever. She's a plus size girl. I just think that people just aren't into it, and we can't make them be. I feel like Lizzo is theatric. She comes from the background. I've seen her older videos and she was always extra. Thank you. Okay. So that's good to know. Superstar made a good point where it was like, it feels like Lizzo was like, okay, I'm going to wave the banner for plus size women, but no, but the community does not back her in that regard. Now, there are some people that you'll read in the comments and they're like, leave her alone, this, that, and the other. It's to come on live. It's coming on after to cry for me. That's what it is for me. She can do whatever she wants to do. She can do it as often as she wants to do it. But if you know that what you're doing is shocking, that's just like Madonna back in the day, or Miley Cyrus or Cardi B or this one. Cardi owns her crap. And I'm here for that. I'm not whatever Cardi people are called, Barb versus Cardi people, whatever Cardi peoples are called. I'm not one of them. But one thing I can tell you about Cardi is I'm going to own it. And that's just what I'm going to do. Like, listen, that's just where she at. Cardi's not coming on live going, oh, you guys, you make fun of my thong or this, that, and the other. When you go live and you present yourself to this world in any shape or form, you gotta be prepared. Like some of the comments that I get on videos about y'all favorite person from months ago, and I don't even discuss her because I just don't, like, I'm not interested. And I just feel like leave her alone. Like just leave her alone. That's just what I feel. But people have said some really crazy things. And I'm like, that's not me. That's not, I know who I am and I know whose I am. So, if I get hate comments or whatever, that don't bother me. Like, somebody be like, oh, go cut your hair or go flat iron your hair, go add moisturizer. That thing cracks me up because it's literally okay. But if I also go live and let's say, if I go live and I do an entire live in a 2-piece bathing suit, I should expect to receive support. Girl, you go. But also people are going to be like, girl, what are you doing? Because I'm not, the size of Rihanna or this one, that, and the other, or whatever. Okay. Somebody said Ashley Graham is different because she's a curvy plus. Okay. See, that's how my body would be. I don't have a stomach, but I'm, like that. And people are mean. People are very mean. At the end of the day, Lizzo should stop showing her vulnerability. She is making it worse. Yep. And it goes back to the conversation that we've had before. It's the running to the internet for me. What do you think these people are going to do? They're not going to do anything, but it's going to get you press. It's gonna, like Armand said, another vlogger said, he was like, it's manipulative and it's coming off a little fake, but also it gets her indoors where, I mean, it got her on Good Morning America. Like, of course, there's opportunity behind the tears. Absolutely. And especially if you want to, you know, yes, she's being fat shamed. Absolutely, she is. But I want to see the confidence that she exudes in the moment of doing some of these really wild things. Let's keep the confidence going when the cameras goes off and then the comments are happening, and then own it. So the confidence that she has while she's doing it, to me, should mirror, okay, I just read this comment, and this is how I'm going to respond. So as confident as she is, I'm like, somebody in her team 3 lives ago, 3 tears ago, don't read the comments. That's one thing I like about YouTube. They filter our comments. If you say certain things, I don't even see it. So there's a section of YouTube when you leave comments to your favorite YouTubers, or your least favorite rather. If it's derogatory or whatever, 9 times out of 10, if I'm just here to tell you, if you are cussing me out, I don't even see it. And I can tell by the first 3 words, if it's going to be derogatory, and I delete it. If it goes through if some kind of way Google YouTube doesn't catch it. But at the end of the day, this whole social media, Hollywood, YouTube, Facebook, all of that, it's a weird thing that we've entered in. And I think people have to be in a certain emotional space to be able to put yourself out there. And a lot of times people leave reality as you're creating. So me as a creator, you know, sometimes people who do what I do, they leave reality and think, hey, what these people think is going to make or break me. And as much as I love my subscribers, as much as I love y'all as my sisters, y'all know how I feel about y'all being my family. I can't take that same energy and be like, this comment was horrible and I gotta believe everything about it. Please. I can't. I didn't like his video about Lizzo. I didn't feel he wasn't fair. He didn't have an issue with Nas X crying about the comments that people were making about him. Be fair. I didn't see his video about Nas because I can't deal with him. Because I feel like, okay, perfect example. I believe Nas X is the male version of Lizzo. Perfect example. Just different things. They know that they're controversial. They're trying to lead a movement, whatever that movement is. And when everyone doesn't follow along or agree with it or whatever, it's woe is me, you're homophobic, woe is me, you're fat shaming. And I don't think so. I can't remember her name, but there was this actress that cried for being fat shamed a month ago. She was on a show from the 70s. I don't know. Oh, was it Valerie Bertinelli? Yes, I saw that. I think it was Valerie Bertinelli. Let me look it up. I think that's exactly who it was. And she was, yep. That's exactly who it was. It was Valerie Bertinelli. I told y'all I was a TV person, and I be on these internet streets. So Valerie Bertinelli, where do we know her from? We know her One Day at a Time. So we know her from One Day at a Time. So, which was one of my shows. And the article says that she went live and she also clapped back at someone that fat shamed her. Because when you think about her and Valerie Bertinelli, she was one that went up and down. Kirstie Alley, she's another one that weight fluctuated, and it was a big deal whether she was up or down or whatever. So let me see what Superstar says. So yes, fat shaming is not okay. And I don't know if we as a society will ever get to the point where we're just accepting of people and of a certain size. But the thing is, I think we are accepting of people of a certain size. We just want to dictate what you do. Okay, let's just be real. If you're a certain size, we want you to be able to wear this. And like I said, I follow some awesome women that are doing some awesome things. This one girl, she's got to weigh at least 350 pounds, maybe even 4. But she's a large TikToker, and she creates videos and she dances, and that's all she does is dance. And you look at her, you would think there's no way that this girl can move the way she moved, but she creates videos, and I love watching her videos because I just be like, oh wow. And I'm sure she gets fat shamed. I think about like I said, some of the Instagram models that I know that are larger, and they put these outfits together and stuff like that. And I personally, like somebody was saying, it may be my age or whatever, but I'm not crop topping unless it's an appropriate moment to crop top. But these people around here, listen, they're not following the traditional roles of, oh, I'm fat, so I have to wear mom jeans, a long shirt to cover my butt and whatever. They're just not doing that. And I think society is ready for that because we're just seeing it. Like, we're seeing it. But we also are not used to, and Lizzo may be the catalyst for that. We're not necessarily used to seeing people being plus size and being sexualized in Hollywood. Now that you're not used to seeing, because you're looking at a Respucia, Big Mama, all these other people. We're fine doing those roles. We're fine being in those roles. But think about it. Up until Lizzo, you weren't seeing video girls her size. You weren't seeing girls in Hollywood being admired and everything in Hollywood her size. So to that point, absolutely. Let's see what Superstar says. She says, that's what I'm saying. Nas is the same as Lizzo, but Armand defended Nas. Okay. Diddy, I gotta go check it out. I'm not defending either one of them. You are being controversial and you know it. So don't come on here crying when people don't accept you. Now, fat shaming is not acceptable, but at the same time, unless you're going to take that on as your mantra and say, from now on, I'm going to take on fat shaming and that's my campaign, then you must be built tough for that. If that's not your thing, then no. Yeah, we got that. Okay, we got on that. So if you're just tuning in, it's Friday. It's our super chat day. We are just chilling and just having a conversation. Don't know who's all in here hanging in. If it's something that you want to discuss, leave it in a comment. You know, if you want to join the live, let me drop that link. And I've already had 2 beautiful women in the live, and we just discussed Lizzo, and that's what we're talking about now. Just really, I think there's so many things in this conversation that we can dissect as it relates to Lizzo, because we could talk about the fat shaming, definitely is wrong. But then we could talk about the fact that she appears to have all this confidence when she's doing whatever she's doing, and then the tears later. So that's 3 different aspects of it, of the situation or whatever. So, and all the girls from the TV show Facts of Life, Delta Burke from Designing Women. Yes. Tootie, all of them. You are absolutely right. Maybe not Joe, because I think even now she's small. Like, she's not so small, but Mindy, Kim Fields, I forgot the other girl's name, but yeah, all the women from Facts of Life, including Mrs. Garrett, and the women from Designing Women. Hollywood just is not accepting. And Lizzo is trying to make us be accepting. And Hollywood's like, we like you and everything. So what? Okay, so then let's say this then. Because even after the tears, I don't think Hollywood, like Lizzo's Hollywood sweetheart. I don't think so. Is she still an up and coming star? Or do you think Lizzo is going to break out one day and just explode? Of course, I'm not going to say she's small or whatever, because she's not a small star. But what I'm saying is, I don't think she's I don't know. She may be a mega superstar, but I also don't think that she's a America's sweetheart to the point where, yeah, you'll get on Good Morning America and we're gonna let you defend your tears and stuff like that. But I don't know. It also that's what our mind said. It could be marketing because and that's what I said too, where it gets her those additional interviews and all of that. Mom Jeans she said, Bless said, Mom Jeans are making a comeback with Gen Z. Yes, they are. Mom Jeans made a comeback. I want to say my oldest girl was in high school, but definitely the one under her, the 22-year-old, 21-year-old, 22-year-old, when she turned, when she was in high school a couple of years ago, they were wearing mom jeans. And I was like, please don't. What are y'all doing? But fashion comes around and some stuff I'm like, leave it right where it's at. So, yeah, that's Lizzo. I wish her well. I hope, like I said, my prayer is that whether it's marketing, whether it's who she really is, I want her to stay off the internet and don't worry about them comments, period. Cardi used to be like that. Cardi, oh my gosh, I don't know if she still is, but Cardi would be in them comments. And I'm telling you what, and I just can't imagine, number one, the emotional toll that takes, because nobody, criticism, constructive criticism is definitely needed and it's important. But when you're just being ugly and hateful and all of that, that's just not good for anybody. Like, you don't need to continue to read those. And Cardi used to, like, some celebrities, not to even just name Cardi because she's not the only one. Listen, they be in a comment section going tit for tat, tit for tat, tit for tat. And they be like, listen, I got time today. And people definitely have a right to defend themselves from criticism or whatever. You can defend yourself from anything or anyone. So I don't not disagree with that. But when you're on that level, because listen, if I do a video or if someone comes across my channel and they see a video that I did 3 months ago and now they want to be mad because I'm bringing down a Black woman and all this other stuff that I am not doing, and that's not what that video was about. But let's say from that video, I may get 3 negative comments nowadays. That's just me on my little minute level, 3 comments that I have to either read and delete or just tell Google to delete it if it's in that box over there. I can't imagine because I'm on certain channels and I see when people say stuff, like there's some people, they just go off all the time. I just hope that they get to the point where they feel like, you know what, I'll let my PR team handle it. I think but when I become famous to that point, I'm going to have somebody doing that. Like, I want to just weed out the comments that are just absolutely horrid and let me comment on my subscribers that I want to talk to or whatever. Other than that, anything, crazy, because you can't please everybody all the time. People will misunderstand you. People don't like you just because of who you are. And my take on all of that, unless I have a moment of weakness. Now, y'all know I'll put you in the community section in a minute because of a dumb comment. But typically speaking, I ignore it. I don't give it any life. I don't care. Don't care at all. And I don't even answer it. So let's see. Bless says, Monique took the fat shaming with stride. She was a real trooper. Absolutely. Monique, who else? Because it wasn't many. It wasn't many in Hollywood. And it doesn't mean that she should have thick skin to where it doesn't hurt her. But when you're in a public setting like that, the first recourse should not be to go live. It should not. Period. That's my take on that. Cardi B still is replying to people. She just got into an argument with a blogger and doxed her. Oh Lord, Cardi, which blogger? Cardi has to calm down, especially being pregnant. Cardi, y'all hear Kylie and Travis are on baby number 2, allegedly. And I felt so proud. Those of you that care, I'm no disrespect to anybody because I had a child out of wedlock. So I'm not judging. That ain't even where I'm at. But my youngest daughter, she was like, yeah, I heard Kylie was having a baby and stuff like that. She said, I don't understand those Kardashians. Why do they keep having kids and with men that they're not married with? Like, get married. That blessed my little mommy heart. I think Lizzo should put energy into playing the flute. She's so talented. Yes, she is. And that's my instrument. Haven't played it in years, but absolutely. One thing I do know about Hollywood, internet, all this other stuff is there is a such thing as branding. But I think, and so with branding, maybe Lizzo is wanting to be a brand that's really not authentically her, which goes back to maybe it's her PR team telling her to do X, Y, Z. But I forgot who it is that said it in here. She's always been extra. So if she's always been extra and that's your brand, that's who you are, then expect the backlash. Like, think about a Howard Stern or whatever. Like Rush Limbaugh, Wanda Sykes, you know, whoever. That you could say is just really, really out there. Dave Chappelle, you know, whatever their brand is and the things that they say, shock comics, shock jocks, Wendy Williams. I'm not saying certain things aren't going to hurt your feelings, but you can't be on the internet exposing that because they're going to use it. And that's my point. They're not going to let off Lizzo because they know it bothers her. You don't react to anything. They never know what really bothers you. Yes, I heard that. I think Lizzo should put her. Okay, yeah. So yeah, that's my take on it. It goes back to our original topic of the conversation when we were talking about Ken and Ciara. As long as we don't know if they're together or not, that 2-month break that they took, no one was posting, oh, Ken's here without Ciara or whatever. And some people saw them together, didn't see them together, but the less people know that can be used against you, the better. Wendy Williams gets it. Oh yeah, Wendy gets it so bad. Oh my goodness, Wendy gets it so bad. And I think she does a good job at ignoring it. But you know, Wendy has been in the game for a very long time, but Wendy definitely ignores it. And she may take a shot at different things or different people or whatever at a different time. But if she cries, it's not necessarily woe is me type thing. That's my point. So let's see what I have in here before we head out. Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys want to talk about. So if you're just peeking in or you're just joining in, this is our Friday chat. Like, I'm just chilling. Like, we just chilling with each other. Eventually I'll get off here and see what we're doing. We talked about everything known to man today. Everything known to man. What's on here that we were going to talk about and we didn't? That's pretty much it. How's it going in your state? Your state as far as we didn't talk about so I read an article. So now we're going to Afghanistan. So I read an article that the State Department warned Biden's administration allegedly last month that they should start not taking people out, but for lack of a word, evacuating the people there. This whole Afghanistan thing, I got like 3 different emotions behind it. So as a military wife, I'm like, this can't be real life. This can't be what they fought for several times. I had a baby alone because of this thing. I had children and had my kids, and he was, he did several tours over there, whatever. And I'm like, this can't be how we ended this. And not only knowing people, knowing people that have actually passed away. So from my military brain says, Tanya, you must be from, I don't know, I can't even name it. She said, my city is the Wild West on the streets. Child, listen. What is it? Miami, Chicago, Houston. Where you from, child? Afghanistan is a mess, but they have to fight on their own. Absolutely super. I'm torn. I'm gonna tell you where I'm the only one place I'm torn. So I'm like, these people that I know that have passed away over there. My husband has spent time over there, got, his little traumatic moments from being over there and stuff, only for it to all go back to the Taliban. Now, that's the only thing. People, of course, want to blame Biden. And for the whole thing, can we blame Biden? Absolutely not. Like, stop. This is well before we were even thinking about a Biden becoming president. Let's go to Reagan, okay? And definitely everyone on down, including Obama, because everyone has been threatening to remove the troops for all this time. My thing is, it's disheartening to know, because at first I was like, well, he announced, 2 weeks ago that we're going to withdraw. Trump said the same thing. Okay, Youngstown. Okay. Trump said the same thing. And I was just kind of confused as to why everybody wanted to go crazy, because Biden said the same thing. And I'm not a tit for tatter. I don't have time for the whataboutisms and all this other stuff. Let's just get to a solution. But it just bothers me. It boggles my mind. Not bothers me. It boggles my mind, where it's like, did y'all forget when Trump said he was going to do the same thing? And I'm not sure about Obama. I honestly don't remember Obama's take on the war. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. You were going to come back to Lil Mama and Jay-Z. Oh, yes. That was funny. So what is happening is really, really disheartening. But like Superstar said, and like this meme I said, we've been over there for 20 some odd years, and y'all haven't figured that thing out yet. And my hope is that we don't end up in another war, trying to re-war and unwar. That's all I got on that. But it was interesting when it came out. I found out last night that the State Department was telling Biden, like, hey, let's start evacuating these people. Because I was listening to this story of this diplomat. He wasn't a diplomat. He was a U.S. citizen that was over there, and he was trying to get out to the airport. And when I woke up this morning, I checked the news, and no flights left out Afghanistan. So that compiled to what some of the reports of what's happening to the women. It's definitely going back to historic days, where women don't have rights and they're afraid and stuff like that. And here's the thing, that even if the Taliban has intentions on not going back to such a strict regime, I know that there's some trauma for women that are like, they're afraid that it is, and they're not going to trust the process or whatever. But they've been over there, and, the U.S., among other people, supplied these people with uniforms, arms, and everything else. And here we are. How do we get here, and how do we get out? I'm telling you, I've been saying this, my fear, for lack of a better term, because it's not a fear, but I think that the U.S. government has been concentrating so much on COVID that all the baskets are over there, and Afghanistan was just like, okay, we got to deal with that. We got to deal with that. So, yes, this is Superstar. This is me. I am concerned about the people that are left there. Like I said, this citizen, he made it to the airport after fighting through droves of people, gets to the gate. The Taliban guy goes, get back, whatever. So now he was on CNN talking about, well, we're just going to ride it out until Biden comes and get us. First of all, Biden himself is not coming to get you. Second of all, bruh, you should have went to the airport and just sat your tail there or whatever. So he's hiding out somewhere, and hopefully he stays safe, but there are so many Americans that live there. And if the State Department said that it's time to leave there and Biden's administration didn't implement that, or thought they had time, or didn't think it was necessary, or it was going to be a peaceful transfer, that's going to be problematic for Biden. The start of the war and all of that, of course, that's not on him. But yeah, because it's already been said, and for whatever reason, Biden's administration did not respond. And we all know anybody that's anti-Biden, anti-anything, they're going to latch onto that, and it's going to be a problem. And the fact that I wake up this morning and there's no flights out of Kabul or Afghanistan, we have American citizens still over there. Did you see the people holding on to the plane? Yes, I did. I had a graphic for that because we discussed that. It's not over here. We did discuss that, the people holding on to the plane, and come to find out this whole gross and unfortunate story of the people holding on to the wheel. And they said that they found someone in the wheel shaft. It was like a 14-year-old boy or something like that, who was holding on, and they found him in the wheel shaft. I'm not going to show you guys the picture because yeah, I forgot how old he was, but it was a young boy. I want to say 14, because when I saw it, I was like, he was a soccer star, that whole thing. The plane was headed here. That's the other problem. Say what you want to say. If you're going to evacuate people, you need to get our people out first. That plane was full of Afghani people, and there are still Americans still in America. So optics wise, this looks like problems for the Biden administration. And I know our governor, all of a sudden, he didn't want the people from Mexico, God forbid, but I know our governor and other governors have said, we welcome the people of Afghanistan. They can come, and not only can they come here, but they don't have to be vaccinated or tested. Yeah, it was a young boy. Yep, very young boy. Very unfortunate. But they were desperate. Those people were holding on to that plane for dear life. And, I told y'all this before. That's why I'm not a complainer, y'all. I'm really not. Like, yeah, I get moments. We all get moments. But at the end of the day, I think about that. Child, unless you you living somewhere that you're willing to hang on to a plane to escape, shut up. And I'd be like, okay, if you want me to, Jesus, that's fine. And then we have Haiti. The death toll on that is crazy. Crazy. Oh, this is the Lizzo conversation. And girl, I'll be collecting stories for y'all, okay? Listen. I don't even know what I was just looking for. And then it's the attendant's office. Yeah, I know. How you gonna mark him absent when I'm the one that called and said release him and her early? Y'all crazy. You crazy. Anyway, so we gotta see how this plays out, but ultimately it's gonna be all Biden's fault. And I'm not a super Bidenite. He's just not Trump, so that's great. But we have to. I just do not want it to come out that they warned him and he ignored it, or his administration ignored But are we really surprised? Would you really be surprised? No, because think about it. They were warned about 9/11. So never mind. That's the end of that conversation. That's the end of that. So It is Friday. If you're peeking in or if you're catching a replay, hi, it is us. We just been sitting here chilling, eating, not eating, sipping on soda or whatever, just having a good afternoon. It's what time is it here? It is 6:30 here on the West Coast. It's 9:30 on the East Coast, and then we take an hour off from there. It's been a great live. It's really been a great live. I came on with the intention to just kind of chill. And not really have an agenda and just kind of see whatever it is that y'all want to talk about. I really enjoyed my two on-camera co-hosts that came in, and I'm gonna just pressure y'all from now on because I love that. Y'all had to have liked that. Like, drop a shoe if you enjoyed that part of the live where they came on live and talked about it. I loved it. But anyway, so just leave a comment if you're catching the playback, and definitely leave a comment. And what else I want y'all to do? Hit the notification bell because I'll be back next week with new comments and stuff, new topics and stuff. And I'm looking forward to hearing from some of you guys about what you would like to hear me talk about. Who would you like me to interview? What is it that you want to talk about? So yeah, that was fun. Biden is facing I'm gonna put a poll, I'm gonna put something in a community thing about that. But anyway, Biden is facing a lot of issues. He is. And I still don't think he's this incompetent person that people like to make him out to be. None of them are perfect. And I don't ride for any of them. I don't care who it is. I always say Michelle Obama was my favorite person in DC when they were there. Not that I didn't like Obama or whatever. I just liked her and I trust her as a sister. So that's that. And I just feel like she was genuine. But I just don't think he's as incompetent. Like yeah, there's something going on with him every freaking week. But that's what happens when you put all your eggs in one basket, when you are just focused on this pandemic and the country is still going. Not only is there something every week, but I have a problem with the fact that, y'all, where is this money coming from? And how long is all this money going to be printed? And I see both sides, don't get me wrong, but I feel sorry for homeowners and not homeowners, people, people with rental property and stuff like that, they not getting paid. Like, it's a hot mess. How long do we think we're going to go on like this? This is just not going to, it's just, listen, that's all I got to say. Just listen. We just going to, every week, we're going to have a different Biden night. But for today is Friday. By Monday, I'm going to be like, y'all, did y'all see blah, 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 blah? And we're going to be talking about it. I think, every week we're going to be talking about Britney Spears, R. Kelly, and Biden. Those are gonna be and who else? But definitely those guys for sure. So let's see, girl, y'all. Y'all know I talk to you like I'm on the phone. So I'm like, girl, we've been on the phone for almost 3 hours, and that's too easy for me. When I love who I'm talking to and we have a good conversation, that is absolutely nothing for me. Do y'all still take phone calls? I do, but for the most part, like. The only people that really call me, everybody else is just text. But my kids, definitely. I want to hear their voice. I want to see their face, FaceTime. I call my mom every day and call my brother, call some family members. But generally speaking, there's like a whole people where they're like, don't call me. I'm generally like that. I'm definitely don't FaceTime me on a whim. Now my kids, they can get all this and the hair everywhere and the shirt off and all this other stuff. Absolutely. The kids they're gonna see. Because especially having grown kids, I want to see them. Are you there? You made it? Whatever. How you doing? All this other stuff. So yeah. But my pet peeve is I just feel like FaceTiming someone is like showing up at their house uninvited. Ooh, don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, same Tanya. You have an older parent. She don't know. My mother don't know she older yet, but I do FaceTime her and FaceTime her because if I don't, it'll be a problem for sure. Same thing with her. If I don't hear from her, I'm like, okay, hello, like What you doing? Where you at? Oh, you got plans. Don't say that. Let's see. I always talk on the phone. Okay, superstar, good. I hate text. Especially with dating. Absolutely. I hear that y'all are dealing with an epidemic where these dudes, that's all they want to do is text. And I'm telling you right now, if a guy is not FaceTiming you, in 2021, you don't get a FaceTime, you don't get a phone conversation on random days and times, he ain't just yours, sis. No man over a certain age should be texting somebody exclusively. The heck? Absolutely. Do not FaceTime me without letting me know first. Period. Like, you don't do that. And don't show up without warning me first. Shoot. For sure. So let's see. Yes, we have a landline, but I only family call. Exactly, Helga. Dating wise, absolutely. I'm telling you, that's a red flag. If y'all are only getting texts by somebody and they only call you when they're in the car on the way home or something like that, you might want to check. I'm just saying. That's weird. That's suspicious. But that's that part. Let me see. I kind of want to bring up this Larry Reid and Daryl Moore thing because it's really getting on my nerves. And if you don't know who that is, just go look it up. Y'all, it's a mess. It's a mess. So this is my last thing. I'm venting tonight. I'm venting from the internet. So Larry Reid Live, Daryl Moore. It's this whole great big blip going on. Drop a shoe if you know who I'm talking about. That way, if I need to set it up, I do. If I don't, hopefully I don't. Hopefully you know exactly what I'm talking about and we could just talk about it. Drop a comment below. Drop a shoe. Let me know if you know about the Daryl Moore, Larry Reid Live, Miko Dooley, all these people and all this foolishness and mayhem. Leave a comment. Yes, I love phone calls. That's a big red flag. I like phone calls from certain people. I don't know. Superstar said, okay. All right, so let me catch you up. It's just more internet beef. We left one, which I don't get in the middle of that foolishness. We left one, and so this one. So Larry Reid Live. Okay. Larry Reid is an internet YouTuber who specializes in church stuff, entertainment, news commentator. He does what I do, but on a grander scale. He has more followers or whatever. I used to follow him. I follow him. He was hilarious. He's crazy. He's absolutely crazy. But in being crazy, he is now headed to court in next month with another vlogger whose name is Daryl Moore, the cigar vlogger. So if you want to know who it is, I'm going to tell you why I'm torn. So Larry is entertaining. Daryl Moore is entertaining. They both are two completely opposite spectrum of what they do, but they do the same thing. Daryl Moore had beef with Larry. The beef turned into people calling 3 accusers allegedly contacting Daryl to tell him some very, very terrible things about Larry. And it has turned into this whole great big thing because Daryl Moore has his people that he followed, his people and his friends who are being attacked or whatever by Larry Reid and his friends. So here's what I'm saying. If you think the Latrice and all them is a mess, this mess, you'll be like how I am now. Because the problem is I like them both. And yes, Larry is being accused of some very heinous things, and they're going to court, and it's an internet battle, and boom, 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 and all this other stuff. And the problem is, if you're in the middle like me and you're watching both channels, Larry isn't talking about it. He pretty much said if anything like this ever came out about him, he's going to ignore it and he's not going to talk about it. Meet him in court. Daryl Moore is pounding on that man. Child, go listen. I'm just giving you more mess to be involved in, child. I don't comment. It's just so I laid the foundation to say this. As viewers, as subscribers, as whatever, like, I get it. We like a good controversy, mess, or whatever. But I wish YouTubers, especially large YouTubers, I wish they understood that as much as we like the back and forth, it gets old. And we don't want to see it. Either go to court, let Larry clear his name, and let it go. Now, there's one person in the group that's allegedly, yes, Larry. There's one person in the group that's they're doxing each other. It's just a mess. And I'm like, no one should be doxing anyone. Children should be off limits. Superstar said, yes, it gets old. It's old and boring. And that's just where I'm at. Like I said, of course, I'm not going to sit up here and act like, oh, I miss whatever. I realized yesterday, because I was watching, Daryl went live and Larry and this, that, and the other, whatever. It's so much history behind these two and all of that. And I just stay out of it. Like, I'm like, whatever, when y'all go to court, we'll see, and we'll see who's going to be innocent or whatever. But it's just crazy. But I realized last night why it's aggravating for me. I realized that I don't do, even not in person, I mean, in real life, I don't do the yelling back and forth. So Daryl doesn't yell back and forth and stuff like that. And he doesn't necessarily yell back and forth to Larry because Larry doesn't respond. So there is no back and forth or whatever. But I realize, why does it get old? And I think for a lot of us, it gets old because it's like, why are you yelling? Some of the people are like, just don't talk about it or whatever. It gets old. It gets really, really old. I like some drama, but fans take it too far. Come on now. Fans? Yeah. Some people have really been turned off about the term fans. I like family. Y'all are like family to me. Y'all now you don't sit and wait, but y'all are waiting and supporting and in a sense. But you know what? I don't even feel like y'all are my supporters because we do this together. Like, I come in, I have my own topics and we talk about it, but then y'all are here with your own set of topics and stuff. So we do this together. Like, this channel is because of you guys, period. But I don't know. It's just not my thing. The fans drag it. Oh, the fans drag it out. Yeah. And that's why you just ignore it. You just ignore them. And that's what's happening with those two in that beef. It really isn't. And what's happened is it's no longer Daryl Moore and Larry Reid. I shouldn't even mention Larry's name. It's really Daryl Moore and this lady named Nico. I don't even know who she is. And she's doxing him and they're back and forth and all this other stuff. And what the problem becomes, every day you're going live, you're talking about the same thing and the same people. That's just not my thing. There's a market for it, obviously. Because, hey, but every day. And so they go back and forth with each other, tit for tat. It's getting to the point where they're filing police reports and all this other stuff. And like you said, their fans are going on Daryl's live and saying, quit bothering her. And they go into the other person's lives. So, it sounds like you guys are like how I am. Like, it's like, I'd rather just not. Sounds like old Tasha K loves to, yes. Sounds like Tasha K and Lovely T drama a few years ago. That's exactly what it's like, where they once collabed and they not. It's a whole great big foolishness and mayhem. It's stupid. Oh, Superstar, it's a mess. Police report. You hear me? I said, y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. I listen. I will ignore you until I can't, and then I'll resurface and ignore you some more. I'm not. It is so much that we could be talking about, helping people with, and if Daryl's plight is to help the quote victims that he has that are alleging whatever, then stay focused on that, you know. So yeah, just venting on that. And yes, it's very much like the Tasha K situation and all that. And I'm glad that's over with. So glad that's over with. I don't even think they mentioned each other's name. So yeah, so that's that part. So anyway, y'all, we have been here for, where are we at? Almost 3 hours. Which can be a little or a lot. This depends. I may come back later. I'm gonna get off here and I don't know, check and see. I gotta check and see if they text about the what about Cardi? Because I don't know nothing about no Cardi. Oh yes, yeah. Yep, Tasha K still has that lawsuit with Cardi. The judge threw out Tasha K's rebuttal, or however you want to say it. So it's just now on Cardi's people to prove whatever it is that they need to prove in the situation. So that's going to be interesting. Everyone's paying close attention to that. Just so happened that Larry Reid allegedly has the same lawyer that Tasha K has. So we'll see. No, and the bullying is not okay. And that's the thing. Like, I'd rather just come on here and talk about who and what I want to talk about and not come from a place of bullying or anything other than that. I don't believe in doxing people. Children are definitely off limits. And truthfully, anyone that's not involved on the channel directly is off limits. And this is what I was going to say. I truly believe in, if whatever I say on my channel or whatever, if someone just disagrees to the point where they're like, you got it all wrong, whatever, email me. Let's talk about it. Even if we want to, make it for views, we can talk publicly. Like, I trust myself and my composure to be able to have a conversation with anyone. Even, and I've done it here on live when someone thought I meant something that I didn't, or I thought they meant something and they didn't, or we didn't agree or whatever. That's just what I believe. It doesn't have to come down to bullying and all that other stuff. But a lot of people have different ideas of what bullying is. And the other thing is, for me, what I was also thinking about last night, because Daryl's friend, one of his friends who also used to have a channel, whatever, Marcellus was talking about if he sees someone on site, they're going to fight and all sorts of stuff. And whatever he said, like, in that regard, that's the sentiment. And that's been the sentiment, not even just to point out Marcellus, but I see a lot of people, I can't, on site. And I'm like, who are these people? Like, y'all be out here fighting? Leave a comment. You be out here fighting? Like, I can't think of a situation, in my life, maybe I'm just doing the soccer mom thing, but I'm not on site in nobody and all of that. What situation are you people in that you're fighting and stuff? I don't know. It's just me. So anyway, yes, superstar, it is not right. It's not. But people will justify it. People will continue to watch it and stuff like that and have at it. Like, I don't care one way or another. Like, in that regard, just don't come over here with that, because you will be blocked. You will be blocked. So anyway, I ain't gonna hold y'all. I ain't gonna hold you. Tanya say no, exactly. I'm like, I'm busy wifing, mother, auntie, everything else. Like, I don't know. some families just are fighters, I guess. And some people are just fighters and that's just what they do, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Like, are you fighting people in a grocery store? Like what circles are you rolling in that things get to a point where you're ready to fight? That's what I'm saying. Like, child, that's a whole nother live. Anyway, it's Friday. Y'all already know. I might come back because I really, I don't know. I probably won't. I don't know. This I shared a couple of days ago. And before I end this live, I just want to reiterate and say this, that when you finally learn that a person's behavior has more to do with their own internal struggle, you learn grace. And most importantly, grace doesn't mean that you let them run over you and all this other stuff. You realize not to take things personal. You realize that just is not about me. If anybody can be that ugly, if anybody can be that whatever, that's not about me. That's about them. And then you learn to apply grace, which means, child, I'm out of here, that type of thing. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great weekend. I don't know what you guys are scheduling for the weekend. We have some family stuff tomorrow. And I don't know about Sunday, what we're gonna do on Sunday. I don't know. But I think tonight it's probably like a little movie night, little popcorn, big screen. I guess that's what we're gonna do. I don't know. Have you guys gone to see this is what I do on the phone, y'all. Have y'all gone to see Aretha? It flopped in the box office, so to speak. Of the last time I checked, it didn't do it. It lost millions. Let me know. Let me know if you watched it. I might pay for Jungle Cruise. We might do that. I don't know. But that's what I'm off. I'm off to go watch a movie, snuggle on the couch, and just have a great weekend. And I'll see you guys on Monday. If you have not already, make sure that you catch up on the video. If you didn't watch the one from yesterday, it was absolutely great. If you think it was morbid, it's going to make you cry and all of that, I promise you, it would. If it was going to do that, it would have done it to me. It would have made me anxious and all that. And it did not give that at all. So she and I had a great conversation, and you're going to see more of her. She really, really enjoyed the interaction and stuff like that. So yeah. Let's get the comments. Last few comments. Folks forget that they are of age and can't be held accountable if someone gets injured or killed from a fight. Blessed, thank you. That's my point. Like, I can leave it at that. That's exactly my point. Like, you fight, someone dies, you are now in jail. Like, you're not 12 on the schoolyard. The likelihood of two 12-year-olds injuring themselves on the playground, when we were 12, two 12-year-olds fighting, the likelihood was very low of someone dying, unless you slam somebody's head or something like that. But grown folks playing these stupid games, getting stupid prizes, I ain't got time for that. I just don't. Y'all probably like, she don't really care about much. No, it's not that, but you're just not going to get me like that. You're just not going to get me like that. Now, do I defend myself or whatever? But I guess I also don't put myself in a position to need defending. So yeah. No, I heard it was good. I think the people are tired of those type of movies like Aretha. I think so too. And especially in the day and age where information is so accessible. The internet is so full of articles and videos and all this other stuff. There's not much about many people we don't know, especially in Aretha. So I agree with you. And I'm gonna be honest with you. We'll leave this for a whole nother time. We're gonna leave this for next week. I'm gonna write it down. I don't want to hear Jennifer Hudson screaming in a movie theater for 3 hours. I just don't. Can she sing? I didn't say she couldn't, but I don't want to hear her yelling for 3 hours. There was nothing about the movie to make me say, let me run out and go see it. That's just me. So, and I might be among the people that are tired of hearing, watching movies like that, for sure. For sure. So my friends, it's been real. I may come back, just depends. But I want you guys, let me see, what time is it? Where y'all at? 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, it's 10 o'clock. So yeah, until Monday. If you're new to this channel, you're catching a replay, join me live on Monday and Tuesday weekly, and then I take a break on Wednesday and then back on Thursday and Friday. So I'll be back on Monday, and we'll have our topic and everything else like that. So stay tuned, and as always, make sure that you are being kind to others and yourselves. Y'all have a great weekend. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. Bye-bye.